Believe it, beautiful. Hey, LOI the show, Tone Groove.
Daboll.
We back in the building, you know what I mean? We got to do a little loose intro. We got a real intro that we do after the pre-show. But, you know, introduce your friends.
Oh, my God.
I don't want to take your lines, nigga.
What is happening?
Introduce your comrades.
Yes, so white man on the boards.
Yep.
Back in the building.
That's me.
Yes, that's him. We are back. Do what y'all do best, man. Like the video, share, subscribe. Last video, we got a couple wild LOIs. Appreciate that. 𝙼𝙃𝚃, he's been DMing us, like talking about, hey, make sure you get my wild LOI.
Do you say
I saw
his
that
name?
Shit on the way.
Yeah, nah. I literally told him, I was like, I'm on the way to the studio right now.
Yeah,
I won't forget.
We won't forget. Trust me. But yeah, y'all been doing phenomenal, and yeah, man. Oh, and by the way, LOI the stream, it was incredible last night. It was madness. In fact, y'all should check it out. LOI the stream on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Every Tuesday, hopefully, we're gonna figure it out. But
yeah, Tuesdays around 7:30, 8 o'clock. We'll probably try to put the link in the description of this video.
Yeah,
because that's important. We gotta cross-pollinate all our platforms and shit.
We'll bring it up for the people just so they know how to get to it and shit. But
yeah, yo, the other day I had stumbled upon the Logan and Jake Paul reality TV show.
Yeah,
I watched
Paul
the first
American or whatever.
That Paul American shit. I randomly watched the first episode because I was like, you know how these streaming services, if you hover over the title, it'll just start running the trailer.
Yeah.
So it started running it, and they was saying some shit, and I was like, oh god, let me just watch 5 minutes. 5 minutes turned into 50. I finished the whole first episode, and I was like, okay,
you got trapped.
I fell for the propaganda.
What was it like? What was the vibe? Was it like Jersey Shore mixed in with a little?
It's
I don't know, Zach and Cody. Like what was it?
It's keeping up with the Kardashians with testosterone.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
That's how he described it. Like he literally,
that's what it was.
One of the first scenes.
He coined it as that.
That's what he coined because
like
one of the first scenes they was in a pitch meeting for the show. And he was like, yeah, this kind of our vision for the shit. We got these cast the characters like the dad. The dad is a classic, like, I don't want to call the nigga a QAnon, but he dresses like them. The QAnon niggas, they put on the Viking hats and the tiki torches and all that shit, right?
Okay.
He's one of those niggas. He's a little outlandish. The mom is the peacekeeper. She comes in. She's like, oh, my fucking...
She bakes cookies.
My sons are fighting. And then they got their girlfriends on there. But I don't know how long this is gonna last because reality shows, they need drama to thrive, but their drama feels too real, nigga.
That's the problem.
It feels too real. Like they might fuck around and like halfway through the middle of the season just give up on the show because like they actually hate each other.
Is the drama based on things that are happening in the show, or is it like previous shit that you can't even see? Is it? Like, what is it about? Like, is it about like, yo, you fucked my girl in high school? I don't know.
The drama is there. Like, they have a weird brotherly relationship. Like, some brothers, they got that, comparing to like the Ball brothers, right?
Yeah.
LaVar raised them niggas like soldiers. Like, hey, you can't go to war with your brother because if niggas go to war with y'all, you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
Your team ain't tight.
Yeah.
So y'all gotta always have each other's back. All that bickering and all that, it can't slide. I don't know about Logan and Jake Paul's dad. He seemed like he kind of just got frustrated and was nigga, boys gonna be boys. And so he just let them have their dynamic roll out, but it kind of played into a point to where Logan's the older brother, right?
Yep.
And he treats the younger brother like shit. He kind of undermines everything he does, all of his accomplishments. It's like there's a shadow that he wants to keep the nigga in. And Jake, not saying that like he's more talented than Logan or whatever the fuck, but Jake is capable.
Jake is Jake.
You know what I mean? He's capable, but he still has that like I'm smaller than you complex mentally because it's his big brother. Like he can't really see past that shit. So that plays out in so many different. Matter of fact, run the trailer.
You like the show. I think you love it. Like the way you talk, you're describing it like in a way to where like you was watching it on many levels, on the entertainment level.
Born on a podcast, nigga. Pull up the trailer.
I'm just saying, like, you kind of do like the show.
It's not a bad show. If I was like a Logan and Jake Paul fan, this would be like watching Ball in the Family. Because when Ball in the Family was on Facebook, I was watching every episode because niggas basketball, LaMelo and all them niggas. I already was keeping up with the Chino Hills.
But
Jubilee.
But do you think the fact that you don't necessarily like them, you might give them a little bit more chance? Especially like like I don't know how the public feels about Logan and Jake, but I never really disliked them. Like I understood what they was about in terms of like the trolling aspect, like just American white boys living the life, fucking shit up, causing ruckus in China.
Yeah,
but I always kind of felt like they were okay.
I don't really like these niggas.
I was like, eh.
And the show made it worse because even like, just run the trailer and I'll explain more. But
okay,
can we even show this? Should be all right, right?
It's a trailer. I took the one from their page, but I noted the timestamp just in case we gotta get rid of it.
All right, beautiful.
Okay.
It's a little erotic, bro. Like if we're both in these, at what point do we go from being brothers to lovers?
Just saying, people loved the Menendez Brothers show.
Oh, shut them.
Yeah, this is America.
Yeah. The currency isn't being liked. The currency is attention.
Listen.
What can you do with attention? The answer is anything.
Wait a minute, get it how you live it. Chosen when we standing on business on my big stick.
And now it's time for America to meet our family.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Cancel culture can suck my ass all day long. Go fuck yourself.
That's the pop.
For all the women out there that say, oh, you're toxic, kiss my toxic ass.
The internet could be so mean. Did you drop your kids on their head? Greg should have pulled out.
Yeah.
We found out I'm pregnant.
So we spent $30K on a gender reveal party.
The second one, we'll get a balloon and call it a day.
This is the biggest journeys of our lives. Mm-hmm. And what, am I standing kind of funny?
You're like an upset housewife. We both want to become champions.
We bring out the best in each other. I think Jake has your back more than maybe the other way around.
Yeah. Jake texted me, you are truly a gaslighting, delusional, ego-driven narcissist.
You don't even have a single fucking friend, bro.
Go fuck yourself.
This baby opened up a gentle side of the Pauls.
Oh, it's smelly.
You can't stop us!
Where's the mental liability? Here's the time.
They could cancel our show.
I've sprained my ankle. My fight with Tyson, now it's in jeopardy.
I'm willing to risk everything.
God, I hate this.
I just have one thing to say.
Launch your hands on fire.
To my whole family, shut the fuck up. We got a show to make. And
Rolling through the city with the big dogs.
So
this is an American
right?
fueled like Bang energy drink. What else is American? Cowboy hats, money, obviously,
tailgates, hot dogs,
titties, no ass,
big white titties. Though.
You know what I'm
big
saying?
white titties.
I'm not gonna
sucked
lie.
in white ass.
I remember seeing this it kind of like just the dad because he was. It's like you can't forget that nigga. He has a knife on his, not even the side, but his thigh.
That was just his leg knife.
Yeah,
Nigga, he had a knife on his forearm.
Knife on
one tucked behind his ear.
One under his wrist, like
Craven the Hunter.
Hell yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, this trailer is phenomenal, and I'm gonna watch the show now.
It's not
I'm
far
gonna
off.
watch the show now, and I think you're gonna start to like it, dog.
Nah,
you're not gonna start to like this shit.
Well, first of all, like I don't have time to watch that I actually want to watch. So trying to squeeze this in is not happening, nigga. I still haven't watched The Penguin, and I'm actually interested in The Penguin.
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
So you're not.
So I'm never gonna watch this because I'm never watching The Penguin. But this kind of exposed their whole, like, it just made me not like them anymore. Even that one quote in the trailer, he was like, nigga, this shit is about attention. It doesn't matter if people like you. Fuck quality, creativity.
Yeah.
I want to amass as the most amount of eyes on my shit as possible.
This show,
America.
That's it.
It's
like,
America.
there was even this
That's
one.
why it's called Paul America. It's
Paul
America.
America.
Well,
Like,
that's America now.
That's what it is. Though. They're just
This show-
utilizing
That's American
that.
now.
This show is every character that Danny McBride plays. Like, and this is the real thing. Righteous Gemstones, fucking the other show. And this is like the American dream. And I'm not saying it is stupid. Like
It's very stupid.
It's stupid, but that's the beauty of it. It's not supposed to be like inquisitive. It's not supposed to be groundbreaking, thought-provoking.
Not necessarily, but I'm talking about their philosophy overall. Because these niggas have been making YouTube videos since they were children, like literally 9, 10 years old, and it's always been about attention.
You remember
like
them
they're
on
just trying to do the wildest thing to get the most eyes.
Do you remember their Vine era? You mind putting up Logan and Jake Paul Vines? Let's go back in time.
Yeah.
Because I was never a big fan of their Vines. It just made their way on my page because it's like them niggas was popping.
I never really even seen them for real, probably. Or I've seen them, but I've seen them.
Because they did, I think they did certain shit with King Batch. You know, a lot of Vine stars, they linked up and started taking over. But yeah.
Look, guys.
Annoying Jake when he doesn't want to be annoyed. Oh,
You can pause it.
Yeah, that's enough.
But you know, that's what was happening.
My brain hurts a little bit more now.
But this is what it's about. This is what the American dream is about. Can we look up?
This is the American nightmare.
No, dog.
Yeah.
It's no.
Nah, this is official. Like, we're in the brain rot generation, nigga.
Yep. It's true.
It's
We
over.
are.
Yep.
Fuck critical thinking, context clues.
Oh my God.
We just want eyes.
Dog.
Adoration.
Yeah. It's set in stone.
Defend him.
Trying to.
I'm not trying to defend him. It's been this way for a while, but it's
worse now.
It's more set in stone now. But I don't think like
this is bad because
what's
when you're
worse, this or like what's the new Bad Girls Club on Zeus? What's that shit called?
I don't know.
I don't know what's worse. They're both bad though.
Fucking
yeah. What is the Zeus's? What is Ray J's Bad Girls Club? What do you call it?
What is this shit called?
Or even just
Baddies.
Baddies.
Baddies ATL. Maybe.
What's worse?
What's worse?
Let's pull up the Baddies trailer and let's really deduce.
Yeah, that's on Zeus. Yeah, Baddies is on Zeus.
Does Zeus not automatically make it worse?
I don't know if we should play it on the trailer.
Why you? What's wrong with Zeus?
I just feel like everything that they kind of marketed towards that I've been shown is kind of debauchery.
Well, it's because they're marketing towards you, nigga. You like debauchery.
And nigga, not necessarily. Let's watch this. Damn, this trailer 4 minutes?
Lauren said you don't recommend it.
Yeah.
That Zeus Network.
Zeus,
just loosely, just looking at some of these thumbnails.
Yeah.
Baddies Africa.
Baddies Africa.
Wow.
Baddies ATL.
They went.
Baddies West. Nigga, they just go everywhere.
They went global, nigga.
Baddies
They
Ohio.
just take the baddies and put them in different environments. Oh, shit.
Baddies, what? Whoa.
Baddies in the Middle East.
Caribbean
Baddies
reunion.
Middle East.
Middle East baddies.
What?
I would want some like
Midwest, yeah.
obscure shit like Baddies. Like
You don't
Baddies
even know where to put them
Vietnam.
hoes. Or baddies in China. Communist China.
Well, I don't even know if they'll be able to fight.
Exactly.
They'll be like, bitch, put a multiplication table down, bitch.
Baddies in Korea.
Let's get smart.
Baddies in Korea would be phenomenal. I don't know. Baddies everywhere, but I think I don't know. I think that the Paul American is probably worse. It's worse because it's more doable. Like, not everybody can be a baddie. They can get, just uprooted and get a plane ticket bought for.
This
it's impossible. Like, we don't have that talent, but we can all just do wild shit for attention, and that's what's dangerous.
Nah, dog.
The point there.
Marginally, just by a little bit, I think Baddies is worse. And that's why I kind of brought this up because, everybody, I feel like the complete opposite of you, everybody can just fight and go on camera and have that emotion of like actual rage and just wanting to hurt your people, a person that looks like you. Everybody can do that. And we even see that with dude shows like Aaron the Plumber. Who was he fighting? That corn star that ended up dying? RIP to him. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's a lot easier to do. And at least with this, the Paul American, it's part of it every American goes through. Part of it. Like
which
the crazy, eccentric family members, family members fighting.
Yeah.
The only difference is that they got money.
Yeah. Well, I'm
And
not
they're-
saying.
and they're living the American dream, which isn't the best thing depending on how you do it. Because Logan Paul, he's kind of like a. Nah, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Felt like somebody was coming in. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like their family as they are. I'm just talking about like their philosophy on creating content.
Yeah.
And just trying to gain a mass amount of attention for doing nothing essentially. And because when you have that philosophy, that's when you get into trouble, like the whole suicide forest thing that they went through.
Yeah.
That's when
Logan.
Both of them for real.
Are we allowed to judge that though? Like
in terms of
like a form of a creation that is not our own, but someone else thrives on it and someone else like feeds it. They know how to deal in it and live in that space. Like, what if that's actually what they're good at and why they show out to be so great in the world?
And
because that's what they're good at. They're good at
attaining frivolous attention.
And
it's frivolous to us because it's not something weird that we care about.
Mac, can you go see what bug that is?
My thing is, he said it himself.
Like the biggest, I don't know what that is crawling.
Bro, it's nothing, dog. That's one of them little fucking
he limping though.
millipede, 1,000 leg little niggas. Leave him alone, nigga. But
he's struggling too.
F Mac, you about to get him?
Yeah, get that nigga, man.
Would you scared?
I mean, it's not that, but at least like
that nigga is hairier than you.
Wow, no,
that's some. What's happening?
He's hurt, right? F Mac, put the camera up and point it down at the
his,
don't do that.
F Mac end his futile existence.
I don't know if he'll start going fast if I put him on
Step. Yo, it's a doggy dog world in
for
his
the,
life.
For the listening audience, we have a bug that is scaring J Noble so much that F Mac had to get up and relocate him.
F Mac is scared. Yo,
go put this baddie
you don't
outside.
Want him to crawl on you exactly.
Oh shit!
You dropped him.
Shit! Yeah, we gotta hurry this up.
Yeah, hurry up and get out of here.
Kill that nigga, man. Yeah. Why should you just kill him? He cares for the world.
He cares for the world. F Mac is such a good guy.
That nigga was fine crawling,
but
he wasn't gonna hurt nobody.
I agree to that. Like Lauren, like you remember your point. Just like that's a talent in itself. Like
that's not a talent.
It's a talent in itself.
Not a talent, nigga.
It's part of it.
Before to get attention, you actually had to be talented. Niggas had to sing, tap dance.
But they are talented though.
But they
are talented.
Yo,
you see their talent.
And first of all, this trailer.
You see their talent.
Part of this show. My bad, Lauren.
Go ahead.
Part of this show is detailing like it's kind of old shit. Cause I remember like that high flying move he did at WrestleMania. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
So it's detailing past events, which is great.
That's reality TV.
A lot of shit is like
but they've been filming the whole time.
This shit ain't live.
Yeah, but I think this is like it happened a while ago. But still though, I mean, shit, nigga high flying in the air, man.
It's cool.
He picking up Mark Henry and shit or whatever, whatever the big black dude is now.
Mm-hmm. I just don't. I don't like that philosophy. I don't like that all attention, anything for attention.
And that's what it is.
I think that's like being a slut. It's like being a hoe. What Michael Beasley say? You do anything for $1, you do anything for $1.
Now, if you take that and then you spin it into what they've spun it into, you know what I'm saying? You become an athlete. You train really hard. You start fighting. You start doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you give them any credit for that at that point?
Or no, I mean, I give them credit for picking a discipline. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For picking something to where it's like boxing, there's a science, there's an art to that. Wrestling, there's a science, there's an art to that.
Yeah.
But these niggas became boxers and wrestlers within the last 5 years.
But the thing is about them though is like they're one of those celebrities where I can look at them and be like, I know why they got famous. They're not like just those randoms where it's like, nigga, why are you up here with the rest of these people?
Right.
Yeah.
They're not that. So
they spent a lot of time getting there.
The way they kind of shot up.
Their dedication to it is inspiring. I'm not saying that like these niggas are all bad. I don't know if I just didn't articulate my point properly, but I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't think nobody was saying that. It's just like you gotta give them niggas credit.
And
dog.
that's the only thing that my takeaway. The only reason I decided to even interject at all is because, like I didn't want to just dismiss what they've done as just these niggas just seeking attention. Yes, but so was like a lot of motherfuckers. They did it. You know what I'm saying? And they did it a certain way. And it may not be the way we would have went about it, but motherfuckers did it.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's not the way I would have went about it is why I feel righteous in judging. That's, for all judging somebody is like, yo, I wouldn't do that. That's all it is. And so, you know, I'm a judge. Fuck them.
I feel it. And the truth comes out. That's what I wanted to hear.
The truth comes out. But, you know, I'm not saying they're talentless because not everybody can do what they're doing. To the levels that they've done it.
Most people can't do that.
But
shit.
I think a lot of that is just their dedication to doing anything for attention.
Well,
I think that's what it boils down to. Though. I don't think it boils down to like
Jake Paul loves
so
boxing.
you think you could have done all of that stuff though, basically? Like
done all what stuff?
Everything they did to get to like attention. You think we can go outside right now? Would you be able to? Not because you want to, but would you be able to go outside, make an ass of yourself, do all these things on camera, and then blow up from it?
Oh yeah, I'm perfectly capable of making myself look like a fool on film. I do it on accident quite often. So doing it on purpose shouldn't be nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would it be good enough to get that type of attention?
I'm not white enough to get that kind of attention if that's what you're asking.
No, nigga.
I can't placate to all of America because that's another thing about it. Like, you know, being white, you do have a bigger marketing demographic.
The quote unquote complexion,
You know what I mean?
the complexion for the connections.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that that's all the success. I don't want to write that away to just them being white.
But it's like different type of things you'd have to do. You'd have to be boom gang, right?
Literally, I had to go slip on Sprite at McDonald's.
You would have to be baddies, nigga.
You have to be in Baddies.
You would have to be Baddies.
I'd have
Raleigh.
to shave my legs like you.
No, nigga.
Put on a little mini skirt and go,
nigga.
diva.
Luckily, you already have small shoulders like a woman. You
I'd
just
have
put
to-
on a skirt, nigga. You'll be fine. Nigga.
I'd have to throw my Red Bull on
Fuck outta
F-Max
here,
face.
nigga.
Like, yeah, you bitch.
Nah,
Viral,
man.
nigga. Like, there was one scene. There was one scene in the show to where it kind of showed their creative process of like creating a piece of content online. So I think they was backstage. It was at the wrestling event that 𝙿𝙾𝚃 had pulled up to.
Yeah.
That shit also, I was like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? Because Speed showed up. That nigga was not acting autistic. Like, he was just a regular, like,
Well, yeah, it's a
what's
character,
up, bro? And it's like, I knew it was a character, but I haven't really seen him be
regular,
whatever his name is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whoever he really is, I haven't seen that on film.
But
Fuck
yeah,
it.
you're not supposed to.
So when they showed it on the show, I was like, damn, they kind of exposing his thing.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, post that one. I like that one. That's the one I was like, But there was this one point where they were making a piece of content and he was like, all right, it's done. Now I'm going to send it off. And then like 2 seconds went by. They pulled the phone back out. They was like, oh shit. This motherfucker got 1 million views in 8 minutes. Success. Like, they didn't even look at like, are people liking
Liking it
this?
or anything, yeah.
Or like, are they making fun of me for like just being stupid? There was like 1 million views. We did it. Hey, boys. Nah.
That's
we did it.
That's but in a weird way, that's an art in itself. Like, I feel like whatever form of like whatever this is theater in a weird way. They're doing live theater.
It is.
You get what I'm saying?
It is.
And that's how we have to look at it. That's why, you got to give credit, like, even especially with Speed, like, especially because he's black. I don't really care about, like, I like Speed over Cashapp. They're both great, but regardless, like with Speed, dog, this nigga is huge.
Yeah.
Off of doing
flips,
just like Logan, absolutely nothing. He's fast. I mean, he can bark. He can mimic dogs very well.
They're entertaining. Like,
but it
boils down to them being entertaining. But what are we being entertained by? That's all. Like, I feel like the barometer for being considered entertaining is getting a lot lower. That's all I'm saying. Like, before, niggas used to have like talent, skill, hard work, dedication. Like shit that matter.
No.
And now it's just about gaining attention.
They have all
I'm
that,
not saying
though.
it's the worst thing in the world.
You're confusing
I'm not saying
what
that
they're
they're not talentless. But it is different.
I feel like you're
you said hard work and dedication.
Hold on. I feel like you're confusing what they're trying to do. They're not trying to be entertaining. They're trying to get attention. And
which is
even
bad.
for
I think that's
all of time, you never had to be entertaining to get attention. Like Monica Lewinsky, she wasn't entertaining in the sense of like, the public, but she got a lot of attention.
On accident.
Yeah, but
she wasn't trying to be famous. She sucked a famous dick.
Yeah, but it's still base level. They're not trying to be entertaining.
Yes, they are. They have a
They're
YouTube
trying to be
channel,
entertaining,
nigga.
yeah.
They're trying to be reality TV show. They want to entertain people.
Yes,
Monica Lewinsky just wanted to fill her mouth
But not-
with a
but-
powerful penis.
But not when I say entertainment, there's an attachment to it being enjoyable that they're completely disconnected to.
I don't know about that.
Which I think is bad.
You think they're disconnected to like enjoying what they do?
They're disconnected to the idea of, okay, entertainment has to be enjoyable. Now, in terms of like,
I don't know if I agree.
In terms of like making content, like of course when he's wrestling, you know, that's a job. Vince McMahon or Triple H, they some hard-headed niggas, so you gotta do what they say. But, and you know, with boxing, that's some showmanship. You have to be entertaining.
And skill.
And skill. But in terms of everything else, in terms of like this.
But you
and
were just
all the
talking
other
about how he consciously decided on which clips to post and what to do because this clip is more entertaining than this one. I was making this face in this one. That's going to entertain people more.
But-
like I'm purposely trying to be entertaining. It may not be our demographic, but it's they're trying to be entertaining.
Lauren, enjoyable though. The entertainment that they're going for is like, it's smut for a certain. It's smut.
I mean, I agree with you.
Exactly.
I agree with you.
And I accept that. That's okay because in essence, it's
you're smut.
I'm not smut because I don't
think in smut terms.
I don't think in smut terms, but I understand what they're trying to do. They're not like trying to portray like there's somebody else. That's why I accept it. That's why I think, okay, fuck it.
What do you mean they're not trying to portray?
They're not trying to portray as if there's some grandiose, they're on a pedestal
of
entertainment and content. Like, yo, we really do this shit. Like, other people don't study the game. And like,
I think they do portray that in a way though, because like the big ones, that's how they stream all day long. Like it's not easy to just stream all day long. Like they dedicate themselves to streaming all day long, to having a schedule.
Are we talking about Speed and Kyle?
That's
or
what
Logan
I was
and
talking
Jake?
about just now. Oh, you was talking about Logan and Jake. Okay,
Yeah, he was talking about Logan and Jake
My
still.
fault. That's where we got off. Okay, I thought you switched over and was talking about them. That's on me now.
Well, okay. Well, now that you understand where I was coming from,
Yeah.
let's say with like Speed.
Conversation over.
Let's say with like Speed and Kai. They're on the better half of that.
Yeah.
They're trying to.
That's what I thought you was talking about. So that's why.
Yeah,
that's why we got confused. So that's
yeah,
on me.
Logan and Jake completely different.
Yes,
but
smut.
The smut. Speed.
Smutty is smut.
Speed might be in the middle. I don't know where he is, but regardless, you know, you gotta accept it, man.
Nah,
for what it is, because
I don't have to accept people's bullshit because they're honest about it.
I think it's just starting to get muddy.
It's still honest.
Because a lot of, I mean, Kai specifically is a good example.
Yeah.
He's banking on the parasocial relationship that viewers build with him. Because it's like they want to be his friend because of how he acts, and how he acts isn't really a character. That's just how he is. You could tell.
Yeah.
But Speed obviously is a character. The nigga's barking
night and day.
So it's like Speed is a different case, but Kai specifically, reason why he is so big is because there is a lot of people that are lonely out there that want a friend like Kai.
You think Kai?
I think that's a part of our dynamic here too, to a certain extent. Like we're not teaching people nothing. We're not like any other form of like value from this. Is just we're your friends on the internet that you probably don't have in real life. Podcasting. When I first started listening to him, the thing that was cool about it to where it was like, all right, there's certain conversations and topics that most people don't even know about. Like I might have this one friend that I could talk to about this shit, but just in general, like motherfuckers don't be speaking about it. So I can turn on Brilliant Idiots and I can hear niggas like me talk about shit about how I would talk about it. It's that dynamic of having extended friend group. Like when Nuso, I'm pretty sure when Nuso watches this, right? There's not a lot of niggas like us in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
He's not just going to school and meeting a J Nobles or a Tone Groove or a Lauren or a FMAC, but he can go Mondays at 6 and sit and hang with us for a couple hours and get that dynamic.
And on LOI the stream shit.
LOI the stream if he so chooses to do so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
they could come to a live show and see us on stage, do the same thing.
Exactly.
You know, but there's a couple different ways to consume this.
Exactly.
But
nah, I
you
agree.
get what I'm saying?
And even like I don't know, like you were saying with Cashapp that You don't think he's playing a character?
He's playing a character.
My thing is, I think he's doing the best he can while streaming 24 hours a fucking day.
That's
dog.
what I'm saying.
Like you lose your mind. You lose your mind.
I don't think that's a character. I think it is doing just more of him, more of himself.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's not yes.
Because we're
and
not
I don't want
playing.
to make it seem like I'm,
Because we're not playing characters when we come in here and sit down.
Exactly.
No, you're not playing a character, but you are being transformative about yourself in a way.
I'm literally like, if anything, I'm being more of myself.
You're that's a way to say it, but really you're just
because I'm hyper, not hyper,
your
but
brain is up and it's different things happening. You get what I'm saying? But you're also like
you're more aware of what you're doing.
You're more aware and like
you're purposely doing things.
Like we say we want to do comedies, we're gonna get on stage and shit, but
I'll be writing.
Like, that's good. But
he's mad he isn't. That's what that
I think he's right. You got
but
I'm saying like we're our thing is like with comedy, part of it is being entertaining and like not a character, but you're trying to get a perspective off.
You're like you're like embellishing things, like you're making it more interesting and more entertaining by adding extra things.
I don't think we're embellishing. I think we're just self-expressing. We're self-expressing in a way that we know is self-expression for a purpose.
Yeah, but
you get what I'm saying?
The camera's also on, so there's only so much of yourself that you show, but you show a certain side of yourself and you accentuate that side.
Well, I try to show, like, especially because when niggas first started podcasting, like, if you listen to like the earliest tapes of LOI, we're not being a character, but it's like I feel like the more you do it, the more you learn how to bring you into it and like really have that be what it is. Like before, when I listened to like my early shit, I'm like, damn, I kind of sound like I'm trying to be Big Body Best. You know what I mean? Like the way I was talking, like like I don't just be walking around talking like that. But like, the way you develop the talent and the skill and just
it's like
the comfortability.
Back then it's more of a performance than today? Or is today more of a performance?
Well,
it's always a performance. I think we just got better at performing.
Okay, there you go.
It's always a performance, but a performance isn't necessary. I don't think that has a bad connotation.
No,
I don't think to perform means that you can't be yourself.
Correct.
No,
because you got to understand why we got into this.
Exactly.
Not everybody, as just a regular person, their personality is entertaining enough to do a podcast.
Right.
Me and my nigga, we're charismatic, we're funny. Like, this is what we do when when the cameras aren't on.
For sure.
But to do it on camera, we're not heightening it up. That's why we got into the game, because we knew we would like
all
this.
entertainers do it. Like Bill Burr, I feel like he's being himself on stage.
Yeah.
Like he's being himself. Even though he gets off stage, he's not like just yelling and shit all the time. But that's still him.
It's him.
For sure.
Like that's him.
The way that you're splitting it up, or we should view it, is there's a difference between performing and acting.
Yes.
Those are two different
Say it
things.
one more time, Mac. That's a good word, brother.
Performing and acting are two different things.
You said it a little weaker the second time. But
And let me say it, so if I chop it up, the difference is between performing and acting. That's really what we're trying to say.
Yo, you're a genius, my nigga.
Thank you.
Where'd you get that shit?
Man, it's like it came from a light-skinned Jesus.
Oh, shit.
I see him
transmutilated to your head.
But F-Mac, for real. Like,
that's some real shit, though, F-Mac.
Yeah, I don't know where to take it from now. I think
to bring it back full circle.
Yeah, to Logan Paul. Paul American.
Paul American. They aren't acting or performing. They are just simply gaining attention.
33.
Okay. Nigga, fuck. I can't believe you ended it. We could have ended great. We could have ended this great.
I'm about to end it great. And scene.
Oh my God.
I see what you did there.
Nigga,
I see what you did
Next
there.
topic.
Fuck no, nigga.
But yeah.
But it's unfortunately the society we live in, it really it promotes the extreme version of this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Paul American, the Paul brothers, they're good at, going 10 toes deep and shit that they shouldn't sometimes. And that's just a cause of like, this is the world we live in. But I'm going to watch this shit now.
Yeah, I'm
going to watch it.
It's not a bad watch.
Because I don't think it's
not a bad watch at all.
But I know what you mean by it's just like, this is stupid. And you
They're
want to
not
know what
even smart enough to lie.
I don't like the 4D like thing when creators do that. Like, I don't like how
breaking the fourth wall.
I don't like breaking the fourth wall. Why? When did we start breaking the fourth wall with like the character, or like in their case, like the acting and like the Speed being like, yeah, nah, I like that one. And Speed is in a suit. Was he wearing a suit? He wasn't even like regular Speed. He was
wearing like a white.
Was he wearing a common hat, like one of those sinner's hat?
It looked like he just woke up. Like that was as authentic as Speed could have been. Nigga.
Yeah.
But fucking eye boogers in his eyes. But the fact that there's even a fourth wall in this is weird too. Because I was looking at like some old YouTube videos that I used to fuck with, like classic Hodge twins, when niggas back in that era of YouTube, where niggas didn't give a fuck about like thumbnails, post-production,
right,
and like just a bunch of bells and whistles. They just put a camera up in their kitchen and they just talked.
Yeah.
And they just like, they did what they did and it worked.
Yeah.
We in this new generation to where it's like these YouTube channels are TV shows now. Like just to get a motherfucker's attention, you gotta have graphics, intros, transitions, and slides. Nigga, we've gone away from the purity.
No, that's a fact.
We've gone away from just like doing motherfuckers being themselves and that working.
Yeah. There's still some out there. I think there's still some out there. It's a lot of like just wet white people with a camera. Shout out to Moist Critical
in Duck Dynasty.
He just be like
I fuck with Moist a lot, man.
I watch Moist, like he dropped like a new game. I'm like, fuck it, I watch Moist play a game.
See about it.
Yo, because his titles don't mean shit.
They don't mean anything.
It's
just what it is. But it's refreshing because
pull 'em
everybody
up?
else.
Let's look at some good examples.
It'll just be like, this person is aggravating me.
Yeah.
And the thumbnail had nothing to do with it.
The thumbnail was just him like,
he tells you his emotional state. Penguin Zio.
Yeah.
Shout out Moist Critical. I never got deep into watching this content, but there's been a few times to where it's like I had to, and I wasn't mad.
It's just regular shit.
I was never mad watching Moist Critical.
Moist Critical is like, he's just like a regular dude. I mean, he's just a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. He talking about some shit we gonna talk about later.
But the thing is, you're right that these people are still around, but the thing is, they're seasoned veterans. A lot of them have been around.
From the past days, the good old days.
Yep,
Yeah.
they're still standing from that era.
It's hard to make this now without starting somewhere that's production based.
Or starting with like a celebrity of your own already, to where it's like, all right, I'm famous, so motherfuckers gonna accept low effort.
Yeah.
Or what appears to be low effort.
Right.
Yeah. To a certain extent. Like, we even saw that with Wayno. When he first started, it was just a camera, no mic, but he eventually leveled up. This nigga got banners at the bottom now.
Yep.
It's like white dudes in the background just scrummaging and shit.
Like, oh shit, just fix it.
Yeah, just fixing shit. But nah, that's the truth. You gotta come correct.
Yeah. So
You gotta be your best self.
point being, LOI is about to start putting a lot less effort into this shit. We want to get back to that golden era of YouTube.
Yeah.
Just standing, buffering,
Yeah.
low quality videos and shit.
360p, nigga.
You know what I mean? Shit, really 340. Fuck it. I don't know if that's worse or better. I'm not the nerd in this relationship. You do the tech shit. Every time we stream, I'll pull up and I'm like, all right, well, I'll turn that light. That's the end of my responsibilities.
One time I walked in, he was sitting in the chair. I was like, oh shit. I came over and it's like, I wasn't gonna tell him to move, but he was like,
I was like, I kept it warm for you, boss. Come do your nerd shit.
Then I'm like, fuck.
And you know what's fucked up? Like, I know I'm stupid when it comes to that end of things, because he don't even know what he's doing all the way.
I be knowing what I'm doing.
It takes us 2 hours to set up.
Not now.
That's
not now.
And that's if we decide to call on.
But also, that's
if we break our ego and say, oh fuck, I give up. We gotta call Lauren to, yo, Lauren, what plug did we put in to make this shit stop doing this?
The only reason it be fucking up because it's so
you don't know
much
what you're
stuff
doing.
going on over there,
and you don't know
so much stuff going on,
and you don't know how to handle it all.
It's a black magic. It's a roadcaster. Settings get changed when some people are over here for some reason.
Nigga, Lauren said, yo, go to OBS and switch the inputs to the outputs. I was like, I think he's talking to you, brother.
Yeah, I knew it.
I passed the phone right over. I was like, what the fuck
I
is
was
that?
like, God damn it, Lauren, but it's not working, nigga. But shout out to Lauren, though. If you need a tech guy, DM Lauren.
Yep.
Don't
DM Lauren.
Yeah, Lauren barely wants to be here.
Don't
overextend
Just
him.
call him.
don't
He'll
DM
answer.
Yeah, don't do that.
And if you need like, some creative direction, something named, like, some, just like whatever that side of things is, hit your brother Groove up, nigga. I got you, nigga.
God,
You see this logo, nigga?
That guy.
Beautiful.
Fuck out here.
Nah, I do have a craving to be more creative, though. I do.
You have a craving to be more creative, a burning desire, right?
Yeah, to just try more things again.
Yeah, that's right.
Musically or just in all endeavors?
In all endeavors, like even just, I want to create more. I want to create more than I've been creating. I've created like a whole copy paste system for the things that we do here, and that's cool and all, but it's no longer challenging or pushing me in any way. So it's like I got to start really creating. I'm back into wanting to create. You
need some more stimulation.
You need
like that part of your
yeah.
brain that like, it's like, okay, this is a problem. I have to come up with a solution now on my feet.
And not even just that, just like even out of thin air. Just I think as creatives, like sometimes we get to where we are, what we doing, and we forget to create. You know what I'm saying? We don't continue to push the mold, push the envelope.
You get content in making content.
Yeah. And it's like, how is that really feeding you? Like, I mean, it feeds you to a certain extent.
It's not.
I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but there's a level I'm missing. You know what I'm saying? Of just like what else can we do?
Nigga.
Can we push it further? Like I literally been going through the same shit recently, Lauren. I'm like, yo, all right, like we got to this point to where we're technically the most successful in this that we've ever been. But that doesn't say much because back in the day we was getting 12 views. So, success is getting 50. And like we appreciate the thousands of people who watch Menace Material every week. Is like we do it for y'all. Yeah. But like niggas is not saying niggas in a rut, but like I want to push past the point that we at. Like I'm tired of just like being at this level. And I realize that it's like it starts with you. Like whatever your process is, it's gotta get a little tighter.
Yeah.
Because if your process gets tighter, then everything else falls in line. So I've just been trying to go through that. Because, nigga, I'm tired of seeing that 24.9999999. Yeah. I'm about to go on somebody's phone and just subscribe just so we can hit 25K, nigga. I'm tired of seeing this shit, dog. I'm tired of, like, LOI being like, all right, 1,000, that's cool. You know what I mean? That's cool. But I know we're bigger. We're bigger than this. F-Mac, you're bigger than 0 streams on your stream.
I am.
Or just me being in there just showing love like, hey, nigga, look left. Look left. They're about to get you on the left, F-Mac. The demon soul is about to kill you from the left. We're all like, I feel like everybody in this room is talented and not just attention seeking. I don't think it's just about like, all right, people are seeing me. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Like niggas in here like to create.
Yeah, it's just about tightening up. I feel like that's the thing when you get complacent, you forget that like part of being a good artist, just in all aspects, is like a lot of conflict.
Yes.
A lot of like, there's a book called The War of Art for a reason. Stephen Pressfield, I think maybe.
Stephen Pressfield, yeah, that's in there.
But it's a literal war. You know what I mean? And you have to constantly be trying to like really hurt yourself, you know what I'm saying? And really mentally abuse yourself to get past it.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on your creative philosophy, because you know,
but nah, for real. Yeah, but, it depends.
Because I've been reading this other book called The Artist's Way, and it's really about like just getting rid of the blockages that get in the way of your creativity. Yeah, because a lot of times when you're in a rut, it's not because you're not talented or you're not good at what you do. You just got shit in the way of that stream that it's not allowing it to flow perfectly. So it's like, okay, let me figure out my childhood.
It's a beaver in your mind.
Let me write a letter to my 8-year-old self. Like, self, we're not in the NBA, but we aren't doing bad. You know what I mean? Like this is it could be worse. You found something to do with yourself. It's like, all right, you just been,
writing letters to your shadow self.
Huh? You should turn that into a bit.
I got a couple bits that I need to try, but I just like there's something about comedy that it doesn't hold me accountable to go. Like I'll sit down and write jokes And I'm like, yeah, that's good. That's funny. And then that's all it ever is. Like,
Yeah, nah, you gotta-
like
you gotta
Thursday
go on
comes
stage.
around and I'm like, yo, I could go to an open mic right now, or I could get into this bed, roll them sheets over, and just knock the fuck out, nigga.
Hell yeah, nah. Gots to go on stage. That's the only thing that counts for real.
Yeah, there's no
That's literally the only thing that counts.
There's no substitute for stage time. Like,
Yeah, there's nothing you can do.
I can write all the jokes in the world, but if I'm not telling them, then
It means nothing.
They're secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might be the best kept secret
Diary.
in Raleigh, nigga.
Diary entries.
I'm an in the closet comedian.
Yeah, you just
I tell jokes at my house.
healing your inner child and shit.
Yeah, literally. But
You should do a bit a week up here.
a bit on the podcast is different. Like it's not the same. It's not the same.
Nah, but I mean, like
He's gonna
comedy-
try to interject.
like comedy special. Like you seen what you call it? What's his name? Neil Brennan. Remember I told you
Neil
about
Brennan.
that? The three mic shit.
Yeah, I need to watch that because
Watch that
you're
shit,
not the
yeah.
first person that told me that was like some cool
Oh man,
shit.
it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
I
amazing.
got to see
Neil
about it.
Brennan.
Yeah, it's an amazing special. But it's actually one of them specials where it's like, oh, that was special.
Creative.
It's creative
Because he had
It's-
like a storytelling mic,
He
like
had
a one-liner mic.
He had a one-liner mic, and then he had he had like a one-liner. I think one was like storytelling, the other one was like real personal shit.
Did he flow? Did he say, all right, this is the one-liner section?
Yeah, like
Y'all ready?
he set it up like he set it up like that, and then like his one-liners were great.
Yeah.
But like you could do some shit like that up here. But anyway,
Yeah, nah.
enough of that.
I see
though.
your creative
Yeah,
juices
enough of that,
flowing,
though.
nigga.
Yeah,
I see your creative juices flowing. Okay, Lauren. Okay,
But
Lauren.
Lauren,
Okay,
also,
Lauren.
he's done that a little bit. Like, you've brought a bit up here.
Nah, not a bit for the stage.
Like, just an unintentional thing, like, you probably wrote down. Like, that's kind of funny. That's probably happened at least once.
Nah, have you done that, sir?
I mean, yeah, probably once.
All right, so just speak for yourself, nigga. But I'm not saying that it's impossible. I just don't remember, like, off the top of my head.
It's not impossible. But
It's
you
not
know,
impossible.
Oh, well, but that's
You know
the
what I
thing.
mean?
Like,
I don't want to
if you-
discredit your
it-
opinion.
I was just trying to say you live it, Lauren. It's like
Okay.
it's a part of you. It's a part of
Yeah,
you. Like
yeah,
it's gonna
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
It'll
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
Shit,
yeah.
I probably done it with you, and it's just you didn't even know it. I didn't even know it either.
Because it wasn't funny. You didn't laugh.
Yeah, I never laughed. Yeah.
One liner.
He was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is that?
But nah, for real though, you just gotta. These niggas just gotta go on stage for real.
Yeah, that's what it
And
boils
it's
down to.
literally that simple.
That's what all that boiled down to.
Just gotta go on stage.
Stage time, nigga.
That's funny as hell.
And that's the most important part, people. You have to handle your business. You get what I'm saying? You can't be complacent. You can't get too happy, too excited. And it, like, you brought up Michael Beasley, like, you have to stay, like, just right in the middle. You're never too low. You're never too high. You know what I mean? Watch TNC, the next chapter, to just get a glimpse of what we're talking about. Michael Beasley, his
You gotta
mind.
be even Steven.
Yeah.
Because you can't, like, niggas get too hyped, dog. Like, you come down, tween, pull up three, bow. You think you Curry.
Yeah.
But once you start feeling like Curry, that's the first way to start shooting like Draymond.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's how it happens.
You're gonna come down with a heat check, and it's like that wasn't even time for that.
Yeah, like
It's a close game. It's close. It's a close game, and you out here heat checking.
Niggas, the fourth
It's
quarter.
the fourth quarter, 2 minutes left on the clock. You up by one, and you out here doing a fucking heat check?
Yeah.
Because you hit two, nigga?
God,
Yeah.
nigga, who are
And you're
you?
gonna.
Come on, you're
yeah.
not the savior, bro. Let's play
Come on.
the team game.
You're not Groove.
You are not Groove, and you
You are
shouldn't try
not
to be.
Groove.
You will break 8 bones trying to be Groove.
There we
Just
go.
like Groove did.
Fuck
But
yeah, dude.
Niggas
what
gotta
point-
stop being proud of themselves.
Yeah, you can't be too full of your own shit.
Yeah, nah, you gotta be a little balanced, but
What was you about to ask me?
And, I don't know. I was about to ask, what point are we in the pre-show?
48. Yeah.
All right, cool. But yeah, you can't be.
Yeah.
It depends on where you at mentally though. Like some niggas is like down to where they kind of need just a little like, you know what, fuck it, I'm that nigga.
yeah,
It's to bring them back up.
yeah.
And then there's some niggas who's already up, they got to come back down. You know, it's a weird,
it's a balance.
It's a weird Keating
like-
balancing effect.
The
But you know,
C is never one level. The shit like it's waves, nigga.
would you get that from FMAC too?
Nah,
You taking all his gold, nigga.
hey, he likes that. Fuck out of here. But nah, that's some real shit.
Yeah, nah.
But what else is up? I low-key want to talk about sinners.
Okay, I'll step away. Y'all do y'all
You
thing.
want to step away?
What do you wanna like get into it, or you want to just loosely talk about it because they might not have seen it yet either.
Well, I wasn't trying to say anything spoiling, revealing anyway.
All right.
You get what I'm saying?
So Lauren, you good? Like,
I wasn't.
I'm not gonna trust
We'll
it.
have the spoiler free. We'll have the spoiler free.
I promise you.
No, I hear that, but I'm gonna walk away from that.
No,
opportunity.
I promise you won't have.
Don't worry about it. I believe in y'all.
Lauren,
come on, Lauren.
As much
I
attention
don't need
as possible.
to hear it, bro.
All right, well, we're gonna get into the real show. And you know, pause and shit. Lauren, you don't have to leave, dog.
Lauren, don't leave.
I promise you. Okay.
We won't spoil it. No spoilers.
We're not gonna spoil it.
We'll just talk about how good it is, nigga.
No, you won't be able to do that properly without. I'm
Who
gonna
won't?
none of y'all.
Why don't you believe
all
in me?
three of y'all.
Come on. Lauren, I promise you.
Cool.
The three spoiler
I'm
tears,
cool,
nigga.
Okay.
bro. I'm cool. It's all
Well,
good.
we're gonna try to convince Lauren during this pause break, but yeah, we'll be back. LOI the show. Thank you for watching the pre-show. Like the video, share and subscribe. Comment down below your wild LOIs because we didn't say that in the beginning. Partner at the end of the show, we get to answer some of your questions. We're gonna ask you a question so you can answer next week, but you already know that. But yeah, we're gonna be back.
Clap.
3, 2, 1.
Hello, America. Back again. Once again, time and time again for the third time.
For the
again.
real time.
The real time. This is LOI the show. I'm your host, Tony Groove.
Jay Noblez. F Mac on the boards.
That's me.
That's him. We are we. Y'all are y'all. So like the video, share, subscribe. Do what I literally just said like 3 minutes ago.
Yep.
Do all that. Comment down below your hashtag WildLOIs in the comments section. It's a part at the end of the show. We get to answer some of your questions. Why LOI do I feel like this? Why LOI can't I upgrade in life?
Why
We'll
why
answer
doesn't
that.
she love me?
We can definitely answer that.
I could tell you
And we don't
exactly
even need
why.
context. We'll just feel it.
We'll look at your profile picture and be like, that's why.
So make sure you do that. Oh, and by the way, twitch.tv, LOI the stream. LOI the stream. But
also, Mac, what's your stream? We got to do better
Yeah.
at promoting that shit too.
Mac0, MACZRO.
Believe it.
You know what I mean?
If
We
you
deal
want some
with
more of that, that's me over there.
yeah.
It's plenty of it.
Exactly. But now let's talk about Sinners. We all saw it.
Yeah, we all saw Lauren fucking vacated the
Lauren
room.
stepped out, so I guess if you say something that might be spoiler revealing, just say that before
Before we say it.
before
but,
yeah,
because
but,
we don't know if y'all seen it yet too. But
and we want to keep our respects because it is a good movie for what it's worth.
Yes,
everybody I've spoken to, and even I agree with, like, you can't. It's not low. It's not lower than an 8.
Yeah, I've heard nobody say lower than an 8.
It's not lower than an 8.
I feel like on average, most people are giving it an 8.5. That's just average. But
That's
I've heard a lot of
average.
9s and 10s.
Exactly.
I've heard them.
Now I do want to watch it again just to get like a better perspective of like what I saw, because there was a lot of things going on in the movie. This movie is very black, obviously. That's redundant. But it's also
It's black, but it's not black in a way that you think when you say that. Because I feel like white people can go into this and not even realize it's really a black movie for real. I think that they could go in there and watch it and be like, yo, this is just a good movie. It's beyond it being a black movie.
That's why Ryan Coogler is a genius, because it's multiple levels to it. Like, as a black person, as a Puerto Rican watching this, we probably, like, I know we felt a deeper level of understanding to what was being, like, said in the movie, what we were seeing, the different, like, implications of like what was happening with the
Symbolism.
spirituality.
You
know what I mean?
That hoodoo.
Yeah. Voodoo. But nah, for real though, I felt like we had a deeper level understanding. So I do agree, if a white person saw this base level, vampires, black, slavery times, cool. And
enjoyable.
Like, and on the other side, action and shit, they can enjoy it.
I would give it out of 10. Like when I first, immediately after watching it, I said 8.5. And then upon just further reviewing my brain and re-remembering scenes and shit, I was like, okay, it's more than that. I don't know what it is. It might be a 9. This is a really good movie, dog. And I think that it's got a lot going for it in the sense to where it's an original story. To where it's like, all right, this isn't like no nostalgic remake of some bullshit to where we're judging it compared to that one. Also, when's the last time niggas has really been motivated to go see a movie in the theater? So I feel like lack of competition also helps, but it doesn't prop it up. it doesn't prop it up because this movie was good by itself. Even if it had to compete with other good movies, it still would have been a good movie.
What got y'all in? What got y'all in?
Into the movie, like before
or during?
Because I feel before, because I feel like women, it's like Michael B. Jordan, but like
the concept of what was happening, like
old gangsters.
I didn't know.
Two twin brothers.
And F-Mac, I honestly don't know like a specific answer to the question. It might just be like Ryan Coogler, honestly, because
that helps. That
Ryan Coogler.
Helps.
I was telling Lauren this. I wouldn't be mad if Ryan Coogler is the black director from now on. Like no more like just fuck it, Ryan Coogler. We got a black movie script. Call Ryan. You get what I'm saying? Like Spike Lee is cool. Lee Daniels is cool.
Tyler Perry did his thing.
Tyler Perry's doing his thing. He'll always do his thing.
He's got his whole infrastructure over in Atlanta.
He'll do his thing up there.
Yeah.
You know, with God.
Doing his thing under his dress.
You know what I'm saying? But Ryan is able to like, I feel like this movie like actually like transcended this nigga. Like in a weird way. Because this movie, it wasn't there's not enough black movies, and we was talking about this on LOI the stream. There's not enough black movies, quote unquote, that are good and don't have to deal with like ultra trauma shit. You know what I mean? Like that's the trauma isn't the full scope of this movie. And I feel like we don't get that often with everything. So and that's why when I was judging it, I was like, is this a real judgment, or is this just the first time in a very long time I'm seeing a good black movie that wasn't, and you know, I don't want to count Black Panther because it's fairly new and it just happened, but that wasn't Black Panther. You feel me?
And you keep saying black movie, and like, I know that's not a bad thing, but I feel like it's beyond. I feel like this is a phenomenal movie, dog. Like, I think even if you swap out, well, I mean, if you swap the race, that would mess with the story a little bit, because the story does have like real roots in black history.
And that's why I have to say, my bad not to cut you off, but I have to say black movie because like literal roots in the movie. It's roots and roots of black people. Like
I feel you.
And that's why.
But we don't call movies white movies, and that's what's bothering me.
We do call white movies. Come on, dog. Let's not be crazy.
White movies.
Hitch was a white movie.
Nobody called Hitch a white movie except
not
you.
True. That's not true. 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Movie. People call those movies. Nobody says white movies.
I'm just calling that a comedy.
Exactly.
A comedy.
Those are white movies though.
No,
just because
nobody calls them that though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and you want to know another thing?
I feel like white movies get to just be movies, which gives it the freedom to like, all right, you know, you can really appreciate the cinematic art without having to like do the whole racial thing. Like, I get.
Well, no,
and
okay, my bad.
There is a weird dynamic to where it's like, I don't want to like undermine the fact that this is a black movie at the same time too. I just want people to appreciate the fact that this is a phenomenal movie.
Base level.
Just that, nigga. Like,
base level.
Don't even walk into it with all these connotations like, okay, I'm about to learn about Negroes.
Base
like, nah,
level.
Nigga, this is a good movie.
But
a great story.
A great story.
Cinematography.
And another thing, this is the best way to do a musical. I was like, if this would have been a musical and like an accident, like I just happened to watch a musical on accident, I would have been like, yo, this might have been the best musical I ever seen. If they would have had two more musical elements, the first one,
a dance number,
a couple more dance numbers, I wouldn't have been mad at that, dog. I would have been like, yo, this is the best musical to ever be created, dog.
Probably, but I just typically hate musicals.
No,
so once they start doing it, like if something about like the fourth wall and like the suspension of disbelief, it takes me out of it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is a fucking performance art now, nigga.
F-Mac, timestamp spoiler zone right now, please.
Spoilers right now.
Spoiler zone
you
right
want to
now.
get into this territory?
Only the scene, the shaking ass at the jukebox joint. That, all right.
Well, hold on. Should we talk about that? Or should we let them just witness it for themselves? I think in podcasting and entertainment, when talking about a movie, there is like some kind of unwritten rule to where the first week you don't say shit.
You're right.
Because
Okay,
that's where
okay,
that's where like the most people are trying to see it. But I think there is a time limit to where it's like, okay, if you ain't seen it yet, nigga, you're bullshitting. You're about to watch it right now.
That's
but has it been enough? It's been like 5 days. This is a blockbuster, nigga.
We could like just
that scene.
Yeah, just that.
Because that scene literally my bad F Mac, but it adds on to the overall point of what we were just talking about. I promise, dog. I promise.
Take it away.
I promise.
But just make sure they know. Hey, spoiler zone.
So I forgot what we was talking about, but I remember what I was about to say.
Ass shaking jukebox.
The ass shaking at the jukebox. But why I bring that up? Because
musical. You would have.
Okay. So the ass shaking at the jukebox joint, right?
Yeah.
I think it started off wonderfully. Like the way it even introduced like the poem in the beginning, like there's people that can do great things with music.
Musically gifted
people. They bring back the entities of the ancestors.
Mm-hmm. They can speak to the deities.
And then they brought it back when he was doing the little thing. I thought that was great. He's strumming the guitar. He's doing his thing. This nigga sounded great. He sounded like Otis Redding, Barry White.
He sounded like
Sam
Groove.
Cooke. This nigga.
He was like, no.
Yeah, that was not supposed to be coming out of him. That was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Nah, nigga, you said radio. But so basically, he's doing his thing. Entities are showing up. It's beautiful. It's like it's different people from different places and shit.
Different eras of music.
It's the shoulder jocking niggas. It's things going on.
The electro funkers.
Out of nowhere, a nigga in a white tee and a fitted hat like yours but blue.
Crip walker.
He starts doing his thing. And I was like, I saw it and I was like, oh shit. Like I just blinked fast. I was like, did I just see what I just saw? It's like, okay, well, ooh, fuck. Like I just got took in the back. But then in my head, I was like, he's an LA nigga, politics. It's gonna be blood niggas. You can't have one without the other with LA niggas. So I was just waiting for it. I saw the ass shaking next. The ass shaking took me out.
That's
just
your
a little
Uncle
bit.
Ruckus shit, dog.
It wasn't like a bad thing. It wasn't bad, but it did take me out. I was like, I mean, there was already like women moving their hips and shit, like ass shaking. But I understood the overarching point that everything is connected and that it's all one. But I was like, nigga, you got ass shaking next to Papa Legba? Like, nigga, what?
I get it because what they were trying to say is that the nigga's so musically gifted that like he's literally he's blending genres, like, and he's summoning the artistic skills of niggas like in decades that haven't even been invented yet.
Megan Thee Stallion?
What about her?
I'm saying he's summoning.
There's an art to the way she shakes her ass.
I will say,
if Logan and Jake Paul are making art, so is Megan Thee Stallion.
Of course, it's all theater.
I'm just making sure.
It's all theater.
I'm just making sure.
Hey, I'm consistent.
Make sure you're logically consistent,
I'm
though.
consistent.
Make sure it makes sense.
All right, I did enjoy that. I do want to say that whole musical part, I enjoyed that. That was probably one of the like key moments in the movie that I was like, yo, this is a great part of the movie.
And you brought that up
because fuck. What was the...
You were trying to make your overall point, it has started with, if this turned into a sneaky musical, you would have been okay with that.
I would have been okay with that. And I was just bringing it up as like, that was one of the moments where I was like, okay, that was...
Took you out a little bit.
Yeah, it took me out a little bit. But I just wanted to continue the point where it was a lot of great musical themes a part of this, which is another reason why you have to call it a black movie. Like, I don't... But the funny thing is, I feel like if you're black, you didn't even notice the music. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just...
Did you notice the music?
It just made sense.
We're going to test how black you are.
Yeah. I just feel like it made sense.
What do you mean notice the music?
Like, you didn't even... Like, you wasn't like, yo, this is some different shit. You get what I mean? Like, you felt rooted, like you felt connected to it.
Like what he was playing?
What the whole, like all of the music in the movie. Except the ass shaking and the Florida bounce.
I think I didn't feel it. I wasn't like
connected.
Yeah, I wasn't deeply connected to it.
And that could be a part of your Puerto Rican ancestry.
That can't be.
You were about to say something a little bit earlier. What was that?
The thing is, I am reluctant to call it a black movie because there were a lot of cultures involved in the movie. It was primarily, I mean, our focus was black people, but it was interesting to see them, you know, tie in
the Irish aspect of it too.
Also some Asian cultures in there as well.
Which is crazy because and even
it was just one.
I had saw this one video on Instagram that was talking about like, because the trope of Asians owning beauty stores and like having like different businesses in the black community, it's always been like a thing that like niggas know that, but they don't know why. And I saw this one video, it was talking about the history. It was breaking it down to where it's like, back in those segregated times, white people didn't want to service black people. So that was like a whole market that opened up. And Asians, they aren't white or black. So they're literally in the middle to where it's like, I mean, we're not really a part of this shit. So I have no problem servicing niggas. Like, it's not a thing. And that's why they've been in our communities for so long. But it even had those elements in that shit too.
Yeah.
Which was dope. And I get what you're saying, F-Mac, because I feel like there is a lot of black just symbolism and all folklore in it, but it was really about the dirty South. It was really about the deep South at that point in time. It had the Asian perspective. It had that what's that music that they play on the banjo?
They had that
whatever that culture is, that was involved too. Like this was really like a deep, dirty South movie.
Banjo.
It had other cultures, but it was still
and how they intertwined.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie. Look, we're talking about it. But
F-Mac, what are you giving it out of 10?
I think I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Only because that piece with the scene that you were talking about with them dancing, shaking ass, and that whole shit.
It took you out of it.
It took me out. And the thing is, on one hand, if they took it out, I think it would have still worked and you could have told it a little differently. But but since it was in, it's like, well, we also never saw that ever again in the movie. So if you should, you know, show it a bit more.
Why didn't the bitch shaking ass like help him?
This is my defense of that. But in their defense, we're in spoiler territory now too, so it's like, all right, you here, fuck it.
Spoiler for a minute.
Fingers up.
The thing about the movie is that like it goes from being rooted in reality to a fantastical aspect.
Yeah.
Because vampires come in around that second, third act. And like it's not necessarily set up that this is like a world where that kind of shit can happen. But I feel like the whole him playing the guitar and like kind of introducing us into that spiritual mumbo jumbo thing, I feel like, and especially at the point in time that it happened during the movie, I feel like that was kind of priming our brains for like, okay, you've been watching, for all intents and purposes, a regular movie up until this point, but we are about to make a left turn because this is a movie about vampires, and nothing has really set it up other than like the hoodoo-ness.
Well, that was a major part. They introduced that kind of early.
Yeah, but I'm talking like even hoodoo in itself though is just like having like the protection isn't the same as like blood-sucking vampires now being here. You know what I mean? Like there is some sort of like, okay, I got to take a leap in my understanding of what I'm watching right now because it did take a turn.
Yes.
And I think that they kind of had to segue it that way for a reason. Like the nigga opened a portal and they literally was like, oh shit, what the fuck? This nigga's talented than a motherfucker.
And the thing about vampires though is that they are basically a type of demon. And once you classify it as a demon, it almost grounds it a bit more because that is involved in a lot of cultures
with
too.
Hoodoo and other cultures. Yeah, vampires it's like a fucking Bigfoot. Every culture has a Bigfoot.
They had some pretty good vampires. The vampires were pretty.
They were
I feel like
I like their purpose too.
Most vampires aren't. I'm not saying that they were scary, but most vampires don't be that like vicious all the time. You know what I mean? Like, they're typically kind of proper. They don't just have blood dripping all the way down. Like, and even the way they was biting niggas, it wasn't just like two veins poking into the neck. You're a vampire now. They was like, and they was shooting that shit a little bit, and then they turned.
I like how you have to get lucky. Like you have to hope that you have a vampire that gets something that doesn't show. You know what I mean?
Like if it shows,
you have to. Oh my god, I just fucked up.
It's there,
but they did vampires very well because their purpose was to get back to the root, man. To the roots, nigga.
Yeah.
Everything ties back to the roots.
I like this movie. I like this movie. You guys got to go see it.
Yeah.
I'm giving it like a 9 out of 10. I think it's a good movie. F-Mac, I want you to watch it again. I think you can get it to an 8.
I thought it was good.
8.4.
And that's another thing that we're doing is like when you said 7, in my heart I was like, oh, he didn't like it. But like 7 isn't a bad score.
7's good.
7's not a bad score at all.
I just have a high standard for movies because I like
you're prude.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, the ending was kind of crazy. Like, I realized when they were like, oh shit, they realized like we got to end the movie. Like I realized when that happened, when that Asian girl, she did that whole goofy shit. With
They set it up good though.
They didn't really set it up good. It was very like, oh shit, I'm knocked out. Like, I didn't even know this movie's in it.
They set it up good because she wasn't the only one that was tempted. Like, Michael B. Jordan almost went with it.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
We're in that territory. Michael B. Jordan also almost went with his brother. So it's just like they were. I think they was playing on the whole how alluring vampires can be, because they do have that like seductive quality to where they can really charm you into some shit. Like he literally almost was like, "Yo, I might just go join my brother in this new afterlife."
He wasn't about to do it though. He was reluctant to do it, but he was tempting.
He tempted, and with the Asian lady,
but she literally
her daughter though, like he threatened. He was like, "Yo, we gonna go." He almost made it seem like he was gonna bite her daughter through the pussy to turn her to a vampire.
But it wasn't.
Like he was gonna eat her out and make her a vampire.
It wasn't.
And her point was, she had a brilliant point though, dog. She was like, okay, so what are we gonna do? Just sit in here and wait while they run around turning the whole world into vampires? Like, we're gonna have to fight.
Now her
eventually.
daughter doesn't have a mom or a father. She sacrificed herself.
What could she have done?
She should have probably done nothing, because if he really wanted the daughter, he could have just gone and get her.
Exactly. But
did y'all see the very end? Y'all saw the very end of the movie?
Yes, the post-credit scene
where he was like
he was older. You know, he's an actual legend, right?
I assumed he was.
He's an actual blues legend. I forgot his name. Fuck.
Is that why he wasn't that good of an actor?
Yeah. He's the guy.
Yeah.
They got an actual guy for that shit.
Yeah, Ryan handpicked him for sure.
Yeah.
Did you I was about to say, you liked it?
That part?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was bringing it up to say yeah, her parents are vampires now, but they can control themselves.
Yeah,
so
because
they can still just keep it low key.
Because the host died. And that was my overall point about like when we was on the phone talking about it, Michael B. Jordan's brother was right. Like, he tried to convince him that, like, yo, nigga, this is the way to be. Like, we could just go on forever and be gangsters and shit. Like, I got my white bitch, she bloodsucker too now. And
he wasn't right, though, because you're literally a lost soul. The only reason he came back for the Samson, isn't that his name? It's some biblical shit.
Sammy.
Sammy. The only reason he came back to Sammy was to feel alive again. He literally said, like, hey, dog, can you play that shit for me? And then his accent changed. He was like, that's that shit right there.
Yeah.
You know, his whole demeanor changed. He went from the 80s to back to slave times. This nigga went to start talking jigaboo and shit like. But that's the whole point. That's why I agree with Stacks. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yo, let me go be with my big titty wife
in heaven.
And why did you think that was his mother?
You know exactly why I thought that was his mother.
Come on, honestly, because I knew they were lovers though. I swear to God.
Well, I mean, you're better than me, but let's be honest, like, you know, she isn't the typical love interest. So it's like when you see it in the movie, your brain is already doing what it's seen in other movies. Like, okay, this is mom or like some kind of like hoodoo priest. And then when he started fucking her, I was like, oh, okay. I see what you doing, Coogler.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing, Ryan. We trying to appreciate all bodies and all shapes and all that. And like really make her like a main love interest. I'm not mad at it. I genuinely thought it was his mother.
Yeah. But you genuinely understood with Smoke's girl, right? That they were lovers, right?
Yeah, she was fucking hot.
There we go. God damn it, nigga.
And it wasn't because she was white.
Y'all mixing it up. It's the other way around, the names.
Yeah.
Smoke was red hat.
Yeah, red
Stack
hat.
was blue.
Yeah, nah, I'm saying he understood with Smoke girl because, like, you know,
because what?
Or Stack was with the light skin.
Because what?
Stacks was with the hoodoo priest, the beautiful queen, F-Mac.
And now answer my question.
No, Stacks Stacks was the blue hat nigga. Smoke was the red hat nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so, now answer my question.
What's
you
your
know what the
question?
fuck I was asking, nigga.
I didn't
Be a
hear
real
you.
nigga, dog.
I ain't hear you,
Be a
nigga.
real, nah, you ain't a real nigga, dog.
Who ain't a real nigga, dog?
You're performing.
Who ain't a real nigga,
You
dog?
are performing for these cameras, nigga.
Who ain't a real nigga?
You know what I'm asking
me,
you.
dog.
You know what I'm asking you, nigga. Why did you know? Why did you immediately know that the other one was a love interest?
Oh, is that what I said?
That's what I'm asking.
You see what he tried to do?
That's what I'm asking.
You see what he tried to do?
Why?
Whoa, judge.
Why?
Judge.
Why? I'm gonna let you get out of this.
Yo, you have
I'm gonna
to.
let you get
Come
out
on,
of this
dog. That's
because
crazy.
I
like that,
think
though.
what you're doing
I like
right
that.
now is the answer.
I understand.
This is better than you answering the question, nigga.
My thing is, I completely understood their dynamic immediately because of the context clues with the baby. That's what really was like, okay, he's at his baby's grave. Like, this can't be his little brother.
I wasn't paying attention to that part of the movie.
You didn't see that?
I saw it. I didn't really like.
It was like a bunch of rocks and pebbles.
It didn't. What about that was a dead baby?
It was a small circle. Mm-hmm. They just did this real quick in the dirt and they put a little cross down.
I didn't pay attention to all that shit.
Well, it wasn't a cross. It was like different items. I think it was some salt.
They did mention it too when they were in the room.
Yeah. And I was F-Mac, the way they interacted with each other, it wasn't like, hey boy, like come hug your mama. It was like a
nigga, you back?
This ain't shit. Yeah, this ain't shit, nigga here. Mm-hmm. And this nigga was like, this bitch still here. And he went to go see her. Mm-hmm. But
all in all, this is a pretty good movie. We should put a timer on the thing to where it's all right, spoilers over, we're done talking about this shit.
Yeah.
So they can like just skip ahead and all that
that's what
shit.
I'm doing.
Beautiful, beautiful. But watch it. It was good. It was white women, it was black women, it was vampires. What more do you need?
Don't discriminate. Asians too.
Asian women. Asian woman. Yeah.
Asian woman.
It was a good movie though. You had any more thoughts on it?
Yeah, shout out to the girl that cheated on her husband. The girl that Sammy, he got some cutty with.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
She was a slut.
Yeah, she was a little fight. She was a little demon.
Yeah, what the
she probably attracted that vampire.
Fuck was up with her?
Nah, for real. She was choosing like a motherfucker.
Hell yeah. That's what happens when you got that voice though.
That's what happens at the juke
happens
joint.
to me all the time. I'm like, bitch, you married?
Yeah. Nah, man.
Yeah.
And a shout out to that Ryan because it's like he knows the black experience. All the homies got some cutty that night.
Yep, one of them died.
All niggas got some pussy that day.
One of them died getting pussy. Well, no, they didn't all get pussy. They didn't all get pussy.
Smoke. No, Sammy got his second.
No,
and
he didn't get any pussy. He ate some pussy.
No, he got some too.
Nah,
he finished. He finished her, but then he got his.
You're assuming.
No, I don't have to assume. That's
you're
what
hoping
happened.
he got his.
No,
nigga. He used his golden vocals to make her feel good, nigga.
You like that bitch?
I'm a lick on that clitoris. Your clitoris.
They say through the alphabet A, B, C, D.
Yo, that one scene where the head vampire nigga, I forgot what was happening, but like they had opened the door and he had came out of nowhere and he was like, Sammy! He grabbed that nigga. I was dying laughing at that shit.
Yeah, nah.
I was enjoying that. But yeah, Sinner's a good movie.
Sinner's a good movie.
Real good movie. Watch that shit.
Watch it.
Spoilers over.
We're done with spoilers now.
Whoa, okay. Can you text Lauren? Yo, Sinners is a great movie, dog.
Yeah, bring him back.
It's a good movie.
But
yeah, we didn't even.
There's a lot of things that we can get into this week. But matter of fact, yeah, we need Lauren back for this one. Go to the link that is called My Name is Cleveland Brown. Now, I don't know much about football. I keep up with it through like my barber. Yeah. Lauren talks about football sometimes and just like loose Instagram posts. But apparently Shador Sanders has been snubbed like no other player in NFL history. Like it was generally considered that the nigga was a first rounder. He had the talent, the skill, and he proved he had the resume in college to get drafted in the first round. And the nigga fell all the way down to like what, the 144th pick, I think it was?
5th round, I believe.
144th pick, I think, 5th round for sure.
5th round.
Unprecedented landslide. And it's like there's so much at play as to why people think that this is happening. But just overall, I feel like this was good. This is the best thing that could have happened to him in this superhero origin story.
Yeah, I don't think it even matters.
Because when you're born, like, you know, rich, well off.
I'm glad he got
not too much adversity.
He needed this.
You literally need, and like fabricated adversity isn't the same.
Your father smacking you in the face isn't as hard as life smacking you in the face.
Exactly, because your father's gonna pull his punch
just a little bit.
Because you're his cub, dog. Like, he doesn't want you disfigured out here. He don't want child services called on him.
Yeah,
but
and fucking F-Mac, can you go back to that? My name is Cleveland Brown. I put a link in there. So the Todd, let me get his name right. He has a football show, this guy I'm about to say. The fucking shit.
Todd.
The McKay Show. So the McKay Show, it's a white dude. I don't know much context about him, but he talks a lot of football shit.
Okay.
And he had some insider knowledge, you know, prior to Shador even being in draft conversations, the interviewing. Everybody that was, you know, has that guy on the inside was saying his interviews didn't go well at all, especially with the Giants. That's what everybody was kind of surprised at, because the Giants went with some white dude. Lauren, what was that? The white dude the Giants ended up going with? Jason?
I don't know who it was.
But it was some schmuck, right?
But was he?
No, I think he was still a good pick.
It was still a good pick, but
but he wasn't considered better than Shador?
I don't know. Some people think he is.
And a lot of people, this conversation is so many different avenues, because a lot of people say, shit, Shador wasn't even nothing to worry about. It was a lot of other picks that should have got picked. But we should probably hear the McKay Show and hear his reasoning and, you know, his theory on why Shador went, you know, 5th round. Because, you know, the interviewing process, Lauren, I don't know if you could speak on it, as far as like the interview process that
he's had a lot of jobs
with, like, you know, draft picks.
Yeah.
Like, and how important that is, and how, like, correct you have to come.
Yeah, you do. You got to show that you want it. You know what I'm saying? You got to show that you want to be a part of that organization, that you're willing to work for, you know, that organization, that you're willing to listen, that you're willing to be teachable.
And unfortunately,
it's a good litmus test of your character, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because, you know, you as a quarterback, you're the quarterback. Like, you got to lead the team. You got to be the guy. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to sell, you're not only going to sell tickets, but you have to win us games too. So it's important that, you know, how you act or your perception, you know, is kind of important. And
if you're in a position of leadership, you got to be level.
And unfortunately, it really matters with these fucking NFL interviews. You know what I mean? Let's just hear it.
Was there any breaking news?
Right.
Nothing breaking, but I'm starting. I read a couple people are like, you know, Shador is in play at number 3. Shador's not in play at 3. Shador's not in play with the New York Giants, as far as I'm told. Shador didn't have a great interview with Brian Daboll in a private visit. An install package came in. The preparation wasn't there for it. Got called out on it. Didn't like that. Brian didn't appreciate him not liking it. I've said this before, and it started at the Combine, and a couple days after the Combine, I don't like saying report, like we don't report anything. I shared information that I got that I know if I'm getting it, that information people that are in this business that are really great at their job and talking to a lot of the same people I'm talking to, and probably more. I know more. I was surprised it wasn't being talked about. That Shador Sanders, I told you, if you've been following the show from the beginning, I told you there were 2 personnel people that I spoke to who were in the room during interviews, which means they're key parts of the organization. Let's leave it at that. 2 teams drafting in the top 10 with quarterback needs where the interviews did not go well. Not disrespectful, nothing harsh, just felt like the phrase I've been using, and I think it aptly describes it. We didn't get the sense that Shador cared all that much about what we thought of him.
And
he probably treated that shit like Bobby Shmurda dancing on the table at the Interscope label meeting. He was probably playing this song. I got this minute running on this perfect timing.
Nah.
I don't give a fuck about interviews. You be lying.
Yeah. They would have loved that. because Bobby Shmurda was trying to perform for him. It sounded like he wasn't trying to like
different job.
He wasn't trying to perform.
Different job they're trying to get hired for.
But
like that shit works better at Interscope than it does in the Giants.
And I put under. Can you go to Brian Daboll just so we can see a glimpse of his personality? Because this is important. This is everything. This is who he was talking about. Of Brian Daboll.
Okay.
And like just his personality. Because if you don't know him, if you haven't seen this video, you'll probably be like, well, what do you mean it didn't go well? Like they was asking him questions and they didn't like the way Shador was responding. Like what? This is Mr. Daboll, head coach of the Giants.
Draw me up your favorite pass play. I don't care what personnel, as detailed as you can be.
Got you.
And we are all true freshman quarterbacks in your quarterback room, and you are teaching it to us.
This was a big staple on our offense.
Okay.
Just based off the athletes that we had.
Was that Neighbors?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite route to throw in this one?
Yeah, this one.
That one?
Sure. For sure.
Why do you like that one?
I love when teams try to go man and try to
Hell
match
yeah.
us up.
That's right.
Gun that son of a bitch. Empty play, huh?
I like him.
And pause it real quick.
Now you're homing it.
This video is great. We're probably gonna have to play it in bits. It is HBO. I should have told y'all that before.
Oh damn, yeah.
Oh, you fucking nigga, this is copyrighted material.
I loved how you was the last one. It was just
because I was literally still thinking about the video. I'm like, yo, he's really breaking down the equation of this shit.
I think it wasn't like the best glimpse, but he's a serious guy. And if you want to like skip like 20 more seconds, I think is another part. But
he wants his quarterbacks to be super knowledgeable and
to uphold a certain level of standard and professionalism.
Yeah.
And from what we've seen of Shador, first of all, I think he's very respectful. I've never seen anything crazy of Shador.
Yeah,
never met him, but I've seen a lot of videos of his father. I know he stands for certain things.
Yeah.
Order.
Prime time.
But there's a certain level of humbleness, maybe you should bring to the table, even though, do you feel like he felt like he had to lessen himself? Because, you're going to these teams, white dudes, let's be honest, probably some of them are racist. A lot of them. They like to see niggas run into each other.
They're not racist enough to not pay me millions of dollars, though.
Exactly.
So
do you think he just felt like, man, I'm not about to lessen myself or like, not wear my fucking iced out watches to this interview?
I don't know, because like, I wasn't there, but just based off what I've seen of Shador, just in general, he's a highly confident individual, and that turns a lot of people off, especially when they feel like it's not warranted, and especially when they feel like you didn't come from the bottom to develop that shit. Like, it's gonna rub people the wrong way. I don't think that that's enough to like rid him as a person, to not draft him, because at the end of the day, you don't give a fuck if you're confident or not. We actually want you to be confident and talented. I think what happened with him was they didn't think the general consensus I've been seeing is that the programs felt like he thinks he's bigger than the program. And I think it turned a lot of people off that his dad was his representation, like he was going to be in there negotiating the contracts and all that shit. I think a lot of people didn't want to be a part of the fiasco. Part of the primetime show.
I don't know.
It's just like there's a certain level of like, football is different, dog. You put on a jersey and you put on a helmet. You're a faceless person out there. You're not a personal entity anymore.
Yeah.
You are a pawn in this chess game.
They prefer that.
And if we need you to be over there, you're gonna be over there. It's different. Like in basketball, like you can see my face.
That's just the sport.
And that's why I'm trying to compare the two. But like you can see my face, and there's a certain style. Like I play the game differently than Lauren plays the game.
Right.
In football, there is that, but not to the same degree. Like there's not that much personality on the field. You know what I mean? Like Kyrie dribbles different than James Harden. There's a certain level of individualism that's just innate in the game. And I think that they was just picking up on the fact that like, yo, this nigga is too much of an individual to be a faceless nigga on this team.
Well, yeah, and that just goes back to show, I mean, racist owners, man.
I don't think it's racism.
I think the NFL organization is racist. Like, just blanket statement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just how I feel.
I don't disagree.
I also think they want to make money. It's
Yeah.
capitalism, baby. It's America. The
Yeah.
fuck? They gonna pay a nigga if they have to. Like you said, they gonna do whatever they want to make some money.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
But they also have all the cards.
Yeah, so sometimes they play moves and they do things where it's like, you're gonna get in line, buddy.
You're gonna get in line. And
Stephen A. threw out the word collusion.
Yeah.
Which I wholeheartedly believe. I think that these teams got together and they was like,
Yeah.
we gotta show these niggas something.
Straighten this
We
nigga
gotta
out.
teach a lesson.
The Cleveland Browns head coach, the way he reacted to the drafting them, it wasn't like a, hey, we got you. Like, I can't believe this shit. He did say they didn't expect him to be this late, but it was like, yeah, I mean, we didn't expect him to be this late. We thought somebody else was going to get him. Like, that was his kind of attitude. Like, we was hoping somebody else got this wild ass nigga, but fuck it, we settled for him.
Yeah.
And
because they had picks before then.
Yeah.
Like they could have gotten them, but they chose other players.
They said they got 2 quarterbacks. They was like, we didn't expect to get 2 quarterbacks. But
yeah, which is kind of.
But even Shiloh was saying on his Twitch, he was like, yeah, you know, we had our father representing us for like ever, but you know,
that is not going
seem to realize that can't happen anymore.
Which is
for
a
the
whole
foreseeable future.
Which is a whole other thing in this conversation, to where it's like, damn, Shiloh, like motherfuckers are so caught up on like Shador's draft stock that they not even thinking about him not getting drafted either.
Yeah, but
I don't even think he was thinking about it. But judging by the way that like they was interacting in those draft parties they was having,
Yeah.
them niggas probably had like 5 draft parties, dog.
Yeah.
And each one, they just had less food, less music. Like his dad wasn't even there when he got drafted. Or at least he might have been there, but just in the clip that I saw where he got the immediate live reaction to his name being called, his pops wasn't there. 'Cause, like,
he was probably asleep.
Yeah. Or he was probably like, yo, let me not be here. He might get drafted if I'm gone.
I'm bad luck. But
this is, I think, ultimately, like, regardless of why it happened, because I think there's a lot at play. I think there's some collusion. I think there is racism at play because there have been other confident quarterbacks that were outspoken, Rolly bust down, AP, perfect timing.
Yeah.
Like they said, wasn't Johnny Manziel an asshole to a certain extent too?
Yeah, he was a
Lord, you're a
dopehead.
football guy. Like, there's been other quarterbacks that have been like braggadocious.
He was a dope
Not
head.
even slip, but just have been like that level of confidence that Shador be displaying.
There are football players.
It's not unique to him.
There are football players that don't beat women.
Yes.
You know, like there's football players that beat women and do crazier shit than like just be braggadocious. For sure.
So I get what you're saying. They accept a lot, like they accept worse qualities in people because they're good at what they do. And I think another thing is, like, I don't watch football. Lauren, you're our guy.
I don't watch like that either.
But you're just more, you're like, you have a better say so than us.
I
Like,
used to, yeah.
How good is Shador?
He's a good player. I think he's really good, man. But I personally haven't watched his
tape.
No, not that. I watched a bunch of. Actually, he's the only reason I watched college football the past couple years. But I haven't watched his competition. I haven't watched the other guys. I don't know how he's in comparison to them. Yeah. So like, I don't have like a real take on that. But he's a good player, and I think you got to take into account like what he and Travis Hunter's done for the programs they were at. You know, like to start at Travis at Jackson State and then go to Colorado and turn that program around with Deion Sanders in the time frame that they all did. I think that is historic, and I think that at every turn they said he couldn't play against real talent, and then they played against bigger teams, better teams, and they proved it. So he shows a lot of. I think there's a lot of promise there. I think he definitely still has to get better, but he's a good player, and I think he should have been drafted way earlier.
And this isn't the first
they
time.
all thought that, like, even my fault to cut you off, but after Travis got drafted, because he was number 2 pick. He was doing the little post-draft interview, and he was like, yo, like, we got to hurry up and do this shit, because, like, I want to be there when Shador get his name called. Like, this shit could happen at any minute. Even he was like, yo, this nigga's a top 10 pick, like, off rip. And it just didn't happen, dog. And there's no rejection like sports rejection. There's no rejection. What you mean? I've had not all rejections, but I've seen like all rejections. I've had girls not like me before, you know, regular shit. But sports rejection hurts different.
Oh yeah.
Because with a girl, like, you don't practice one-liners for a summer.
Right.
To like try to go and get this one girl and then like have your heart broken in that moment. But like, you train, you sweat, you run, your heart beats fast, all for one purpose. Like, I remember in 7th grade, middle school basketball tryouts, right? We go, and my whole neighborhood hoops, so we're the whole team essentially. We in that motherfucker, we hooping, we running. I'm like, yeah, nigga, this is a breeze. Nigga, I do this every day. Driveways, this is nothing, right? The cuts come around. They post the list outside the gymnasium door. I was the last nigga to get there. All the homies was over there. It was Jubilee, nigga. They was like, we get it. We in this motherfucker. They see me walking up. They like, oh shit. It kind of gets quiet. I'm like, yo, what's going on, guys? I'll go over to the list. I'm looking. I'm like, yeah, you know, my last name start with an M, so I'm probably going to be somewhere at the bottom. I ain't even going to look at it. So I'm just going to scan all the way down. I panned. I'm like, damn. Fucking name not here. Turn back and look at the homies. They like...
They all huddled up together
like a team.
Yeah, you separated.
That I'm not on.
God damn it.
And so I'm like, shit, right? I just put my head down. I beeline to the bathroom. I just start walking. I'm just walking to the bathroom. I get in the bathroom, open the what they call that shit?
The private,
open the
disabled room.
Open the little door, sit on the toilet. I just looked at the door and I just started bawling out, crying. It was the worst rejection that I had ever felt in my life. I was like, yo, like it felt like they weren't saying I'm not good at basketball. It felt like they were saying I'm not a person. I was sitting on the toilet. I was like, how could this be? Like, how could this possibly fucking be? Nothing hurts worse than that shit. So seeing him every day, like, all right, new draft party. It's got to be this round. Like, nigga, we ain't slipping all the way to the 5th. And then having to go through that, he was man. Like, it really showed his character. Because even after the first day, when he had to address the room, and he gave the speech where he was like, you know, this isn't, you know, what we expected to happen, but, you know, everything's perfect timing and all that shit. I really respected that. Because it takes a real nigga to do that, to be able to stand up and just like, yeah, you know, just take that shit on the chin for real.
Yeah. And he also, he knew he was going to get chose. It was just...
I don't know. I think as the days went on...
He didn't believe it anymore.
His
confidence went down.
His assurance in that was like, nigga, like... He probably knew he was going to be in the NFL, but it just wasn't going to happen the way he thought. He might have gone undrafted. He might have to...
That's what happened to Shallow.
I don't know the other routes to get in, but it's just like he was going to have to do another route.
Yeah. Shallow got...
He signed a contract. Buccaneers. Yeah. Like an undrafted free agent signing.
Yeah. I think he'll do good over there, though. Hopefully.
We'll see, man. I mean, I got to tune in. I think I plan on watching more football this upcoming year. Especially because they're there now, too. So I kind of want to see.
Yeah.
And they also...
Are they both on the Browns?
No. Just because they're both in the league.
Both in the league.
Yeah, I want to see like some of the rookie development. I want to watch the preseason games at least.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, you going to be like Wallow? You going to go and get you a Cleveland Browns jersey?
I'm not doing none of that shit.
I saw the reaction to Gilly and Wallow watching him get picked. Wallow got up. He was like, that's my team. That's my team now. Wallow's had like 32 different teams every season, but he was like, yep, I got to get my Cleveland Browns shit. He said, we going to Mitchell and Ness now.
Nah, they do have a certain aura around them that make me want to follow and see the journey.
How this story
see
is.
how the story ends.
Yeah. Because I think he's built for this kind of adversity. I think he's built for this shit.
And it feels like it's gonna be like a Lamar Jackson kind of story.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, where they slip and then they have a redemption arc to turn it around and be like, yo, this is one of the greatest people we should have picked early on.
Yeah.
I hope that's the case. I don't know if that's gonna be the case.
I hope it is too.
But everybody likes that kind of story.
Yeah. Isn't that Tom Brady story?
Yeah.
Tom Brady.
So. Yeah.
Not that he was like a highly touted pick and slipped. Like I think he just happened to get picked.
He was just
like
overlooked.
One of the last niggas.
Yeah.
But you know, he went on to become the greatest quarterback of all time.
Worked his ass off.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, and I think Tom Brady's his mentor, right?
One of
his mentors. Like he got his ear. He got his He got his phone number. So.
Yeah, he was number 199 overall.
Yeah, 190.
Yeah, that's even worse than Shador.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Shador, he'll be fine. The worst part about this is that he's on the Cleveland Browns, and you was talking about like the developmental center. What does the stadium in Cleveland look like? Like, what does their locker room look like? I remember watching a video, and it was just showing like the Chargers locker room, and that shit got electronic locker room doors.
Shit got Gatorade in the water
That
fountain.
shit went to Ohio, the Cleveland. Nigga, that shit was like busted down. Coach Carter locker rooms.
They got LeBron jerseys hanging up in there.
Yeah, shit was small. So hopefully, you know, I don't know. Hopefully they do right by him.
Yeah.
Because just because he's in the league don't mean the team is going to do right by him.
This is good though. Did you see Donald Trump's tweet? Like that's how wild this shit was. Donald Trump even tweeted like, "Yo, NFL, what are you doing?"
Yeah, yeah. This is an absolute disgrace to the America I'm trying to build. We need to do better. NFL, come on, we got to remarket ourselves.
We're putting tariffs on Cleveland Browns.
Ohio, we're canceling all chicken and waffle spots in Ohio.
That's crazy.
No more
as punishment. But
he's a really good guy. But yeah, shout out Shador. I feel like you might make me watch football.
Yeah.
You might make me watch a little bit of football. Your sport is still worse than basketball, but I will watch.
They said this was the highest. I just read this somewhere, but this was one of the highest rated like draft, like just in viewerships.
Yeah.
Look that up real quick.
I believe
like,
it, dog.
because everybody was just like it. Everybody was shocked when it didn't happen the first and second round, and then everybody was just on their toes.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? Like
third,
oh my God.
Fourth. Because the later it gets, the more likely it is to happen at any minute. But saying that the first round of the 2025 draft held in Green Bay averaged 13.6 million viewers across television and digital platforms. This makes it the second most watched day one in NFL draft history, trailing only 2020 first round, which was impacted by COVID-19. They don't have the numbers for that draft, but you know, it was pretty fucking big.
Yeah,
it's pretty successful, man.
Yeah, but you know, shout out to Shador.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cleveland Browns. Y'all got you a prime time pick, nigga.
Yeah,
perfect time.
Literally.
Yeah,
144th,
prime
nigga.
time.
It couldn't have happened any better. But
yeah, nah, man. Hopefully, hopefully he does good by Cleveland too. Hopefully he doesn't try to like get out of there once he realizes what happened to him.
Yeah, and speaking of things that happen to people, unless you was about to, go to the link that says no one man should have all that trauma.
Yeah, yeah. Is this okay? Cousins?
Yep, this is
we love them. I love my cousins. We all love our cousins.
Have you ever been attracted to one? Honestly.
All right,
be honest.
Let's bring this up first. I want to get into that.
No, reveal yourself.
No,
first.
I'm not. Yeah, but I do want.
Which one?
I do want to go deeper into that.
Wait, was it a dude?
Kanye sucked his cousin off. Do we have to mark that?
No, I think you did it safe. You did it safe.
Kanye had relations with his cousin. He revealed in a song.
Oral relations.
Oral relations.
Come on.
So he revealed in a song and in a Twitter post that, yeah, you know, I was chilling one day at my dad's crib.
Hanging with my cousins reading dirty magazines.
I found a magazine. It was a dirty magazine. And I said, you know, I saw what she was doing to him. And he looked excited.
What he was doing to him. Because what he
I
was
thought it
doing,
was a regular magazine.
No, it was a gay magazine owned by his mother. Also gay. Because Kanye had tweeted, I think it was the week prior. I don't know if it's the week, it might have been a couple days, but before he revealed the cousin oral fixation, he was talking about how his mom was gay the whole time.
He said his mom was gay?
He said his mom was gay.
On Twitter?
On Twitter, nigga. But, you know, this story is a lot bigger than his mom being gay.
Yeah, okay.
Kanye might have been gay. But his mom was gay, and had gay propaganda in the home.
Whoa.
And
she created
you know how like we can enjoy lesbian porn.
Yeah.
Because that's like it's even better. There's no dude in there.
Yeah,
it's just titties and vagina.
It's nothing in the way of what you're trying to watch.
I think that women can enjoy gay dudes the same way.
Nah,
I've heard
women
somebody say something to that effect.
It was probably a woman, nigga. Women like watching
gay
porn.
dudes go at it.
Gay dudes go at it. It's a thing.
It makes sense because I watch lesbian porn sometimes. Like, you know, it's two bitches fucking each other. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. And that's probably why his mom had it, but she didn't know the lesson that she could have been teaching. Like that wasn't corn, that was a textbook.
And basically, you know, he found his 6-year-old cousin.
Yeah,
he found a 6-year-old cousin,
and it's still unknown how old Kanye was at the time.
Because
we have to make that like that is important.
Because I was confused. I thought he was 6 years old. His cousin was the older one.
Nah, let's read it. This song is called This song is called Cousin, about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's ick till I was 14. Tweet sent.
Till he was 14.
Good God.
He introduced it to him when he was 6.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we still don't know how old Kanye is in this equation, and that matters.
Because if he was only doing it for a year,
that what is.
Does that make it like not as bad?
Sentence.
Does that make it not as bad?
I don't know what you want me to think.
So wait, hold on. If he introduced, wait, I'm trying to do the math.
Okay.
You get
4 years of sucking is worse than 1 year.
4, of course, and not because
just based off quantity.
Just because of like, oh, you went back for it. It wasn't like accident.
Well,
you didn't just fall into it.
1 year sucking dick is an accident.
Well,
that's a habit. That's a habit you built.
1 year of sucking. That doesn't mean every day. It could mean once a month, which is still a year span.
Well, hold on. Neither does 4 years of sucking dick mean every day too.
But it's still a lot more. You get the point. So let's settle.
All right, where do you want to settle at?
I'm trying to say.
I'll give you. I'll agree that Kanye did 4 years, 4 solid years.
I hope it wasn't. I hope it wasn't that. But it's honestly. He had to have been young to not see it for what it was. Like when you turn 14, when you get to high school, you pretty much weed out everything that's not cool. Like middle school, you're experimenting. It's like, all right, I'm trying to find my way. But once you get to
experiment, for some scientists, yes. But once you get to like 14, 9th grade, that's when like your reputation is really starting to get set in stone. Like, all right, I got to establish who the fuck I am. I gotta cut out all the weird, like niggas stop reading comic books. Niggas, like a lot of kids was playing with toys up till 7th, 8th grade. But 9th grade, it does seem to be that cutoff into like, okay, childhood is over. Yeah. I gotta start not maturing, but just finding my new way. Like toys is done, Spider-Man ain't cool no more. What's my shit now? And apparently, sucking dick was just not a part of his adulthood.
Bleep.
We can say that.
You can say that?
Yes.
It's like iffy though.
Well,
how many times?
It doesn't matter.
We can't say
run that back
for
to
4
back.
years. You know what I mean? We can't keep doing it.
Just don't beat it in.
But just one tasteful one.
Exactly.
Every now and then is all right. But
exactly.
Yeah, nigga, I forgot my point because this is how crazy of a topic this is.
Especially after that tasteful point. But we have to.
Well, nigga, don't lick your lips when I say it. Nigga.
I'm looking at
freaky ass nigga. But hold on. Okay, so let's really dive into what it is here because I've had a cousin, woman, that wanted to fuck me before. She literally made so many sexual advances that I had to like. I was like, all right, like this, no.
How old were you?
I was 11, 12. Maybe like that 11, 12, maybe that 11, 12 age. She was younger than me.
Yeah.
She was like 10. She wasn't like phenomenally younger, but she was like a year younger than me. And it was just like every time she would try to kiss me, I'd be like, nah, like what the fuck are you doing? Now, I'm not saying that I was rejecting that shit because I'm like a morally good person. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm better than Kanye. I didn't find her attractive.
Yeah, she looked like you.
That also helped. Yeah, I was like, you're too handsome. You look exactly like me. But she made advances that I just kept denying. So just the art of being attracted to your cousin isn't that foreign of like a concept. Well, like if niggas are honest. If niggas tell the truth. Now, being attracted to your male cousin, completely different. That's like some whole other shit. And I do give Kanye the respect for even saying this shit because, well, I mean, he is crazy or mentally ill. So he's going to be able to say everything. But I feel like there's a lot more niggas like this.
Like Kanye?
Like
that
Kanye,
did this?
dog. That did this. I
don't know about that.
There's a lot more different variations of this.
And I don't even know if it has to do with attraction. Because it's like, if he stopped at 14 it obviously wasn't an attraction level because he would have kept doing it. He just got to the age where he was like, all right, I'm not gay no more. That's cool. I think it was just pure like autistic, like curiosity. You know what I'm saying? It was pure like, oh, like he looks happy and he looks happy. I want to be happy with my cousins. I
think how we learn sex isn't as black and white as people make it. Like a lot of niggas make it seem like you're just born how you are. And I think that there's nature and there's nurture to that shit. Like if your first sexual experience is getting molested or like some weird shit, that's gonna shape your sexuality moving forward. Like you didn't have like the normal means of discovering who you want to touch you, how you like to be touched. It didn't happen that way. So discovering like your mom having this in her home, I feel like in some weird way in Kanye's like infant brain that made it seem like, is this like the thing to do? I like the way the sexuality is shaped isn't a simple science.
If you know your mom is gay, and it's like you're a young boy, you're a young yay.
Mm-hmm.
You're a young yay.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like mommy likes women and that's cool. She's happy. It's like, it's very simple. Like, especially we have to think like yay. We like, it's not a lot of layers to it. I think it's just simple. Like, oh, my mom like girls. That's okay. You can like a dude. You get what I'm saying? For the most part. But
experimenting, because a part of knowing what you like is knowing what you don't like.
Yes, but it's still. Do you disagree with the fact that him seeing that caused him to suck his cousin off? Or do you think he would have sucked his cousin off anyway?
No, I don't think he would have even known how to suck off unless he saw that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think being introduced to that and like having that young impressionable brain, which is why Shannon Sharp shouldn't be fucking young motherfuckers because brain's impressionable. But I think that somehow shaped like what he thought was possible. And then as he grew and matured and became a 14-year-old and realized that like, okay, this is lame and this is cool, he dispelled that shit. But I think aspects of that showed up in his later life. Like, I feel like this kind of explains the whole pink polo wave in a weird way. Because Kanye did have like an alternative. It wasn't gay, but he had like he wasn't hyper masculine.
Yeah.
That was kind of his stitch in the rap game coming up, because he was coming up in the game with niggas like Jay-Z, Beanie Sigel, 50 Cent, like a bunch of like real tough niggas.
Yeah, his thing was
and
being different.
Here comes Kanye, this different nigga, pink polo.
Yeah.
You know, he just had his own wave.
Yeah, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I feel like
to a certain extent, because we also had rappers like Common, who was around, who wasn't like, you know, that masculine. They rapped about life and shit.
But he also didn't flirt with androgyny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we can find a picture of Common wearing something pink or something.
Pull it up.
That has to be possible. By the hats he wear, that has to be possible.
Lauren's like, what the fuck do I Google? Like, did Common ever question himself?
But nah, I get what you're saying. Look, it all depends. I do think.
I don't even get what I'm saying for real.
Part of me thinks what?
So I don't even get what I'm saying for real. I'm just thinking.
Because we're pushing it out. But
of where?
The ether.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
But I think part of me thinks that Kanye would have ended up sucking something regardless.
Wow.
So when I was younger, right, I'm with my mom, right? One of our cousins and like close family friends.
We got him, Lauren.
He's gay, right?
Yeah. Super gay, or like you had to kind of find out
he's homosexual.
Gay.
He's homosexual.
On the surface, right?
Just out there.
Okay.
You know, he's free. He's his big ass G on his chest.
Yep.
So
capital. We
used to go to his crib and shit because he was definitely capital. And
squiggly.
A squiggly line
underneath.
It
was a cursive G.
Yeah. So we used to go to his crib and shit, right?
Yeah.
And he lived in like a small apartment or whatever. I remember I was just chilling on the couch one day, right?
Mm.
They somewhere like doing whatever, right? Like they're just talking to shit.
Yeah.
I'm looking around, I'm looking up, and
all of a sudden I see the date. But it wasn't like a regular calendar. You get what I'm saying? I saw like, oh shit, like this is, I didn't know like
it gets this hot in here like this. It was a gay calendar.
We need more details.
It was a gay calendar. It was a gay calendar. It was.
What was gay about it? Like
it was
the
like
penises on it, or just the rhinestones.
It was like, I'm pretty sure Christmas. I know where the stocking was hanging from.
You know what was getting stuffed.
I'm pretty sure. I don't have to look at it. I could just assume that's what was happening during the Christmas time. Like
the nigga had ornaments on it.
Well, it wasn't Christmas time. I'm just saying, like, that's probably what it was, nigga. That's probably
what did you see, Justin?
I saw it was like a dude posing, but it was like summer, but it was like
it was summer.
You know how those calendars work in general, like the Playboy calendars. It's like there's
it wasn't the long stretch one. Thank God.
It wasn't like the big joint where like the top part is the photo and the bottom part is like calendars.
The date.
No.
Okay.
No. the information you want.
That's all. Yeah. Okay.
It was literally just a nigga like, sure it's hot out here. Like,
nigga said, "Well, I'm beat."
I was like, oh my goodness, fuck. Well, shit. And I just moved on. I moved on with my life. And that whole point, I never looked. I never looked back. I forgot about it.
But was this before or after PlayStation and Orange Juice?
This might have been after.
So you had already established that you had liked
parts
women
you liked, yeah.
because you were already molested.
Not necessarily though, because and not necessarily with the molestation. Because,
wait, so you were still questioning?
No, because
so what you mean?
I'm saying not necessarily with the molestation because it was very consensual on both sides.
Why you pronounce it like that? Yo, you have the funniest way of pronouncing shit, and I've been your friend for a long time, so I don't notice that shit. But niggas niggas would point it out, and now I can hear it every time. I'm like, this nigga don't say shit right.
Nigga, what are you talking about?
You literally don't say nothing regular.
How
nigga.
do you say molestation?
Molestation. You don't hear the difference?
Yeah, it's a country twang, nigga. Sorry, you're in the South. Have you forgot where you're at, nigga? You're in my state.
I've never lived up north.
You are a foreigner. But look, I don't think I was never like.
Don't say that too loud. Ice might hear you.
I never tried to like find that shit again. So that's why I feel like, I don't know, part of this is just Kanye. He just needs to accept what he is. And I think that's been a major part of Kanye's problem throughout his whole life.
You're trying to make him gay, though. Like
I'm not trying to make him gay.
He might not be gay.
Wait,
like,
I'm trying to make him gay?
You are, because you're just immediately assuming that he's gay. Like, I think it's not that simple. I think that, like, what you're introduced to is what, like, your frame of reference is. And then you find out what you are. Some niggas got introduced to a lot more freaky shit, and it's unfortunate for them. They had a lot more options to sort through. Like, I knew very early titties and ass was the way.
Yes.
I was like, it's just something different about them women. They just softer. They just more kind. Like, I knew automatically. But it's not that easy for some niggas. And it's I think it's a little homophobia. There's just innate. I don't want to say it's innate in being a dude, but it's homophobia in being a dude, to where it's like, if you had to question if you were gay or not, in our immature brains, we're immediately assuming that means you're gay, but it doesn't mean that you're gay. And it is like some weird mental gymnastics that you got to go through, because it doesn't make sense to us. But I think that, like, questioning if you're gay doesn't make you gay.
If you're questioning something for 4 years, you're either stumped or you just
confused,
or you just like being in the crazy.
So now, you go back and forth, stumped.
But you also got to understand that, like, the cards that a nigga is dealt, like, you didn't have a gay mom. That changes a lot. Like, your mom is your world. Your parents are your world.
For sure.
And whatever they say is kind of law. Like, whatever they do, whatever they're cool with is law. So having a gay parent puts in your brain, gay is an option. You get what I'm saying?
Are most things genetic?
No, I believe
we even saw in the show Euphoria where the football player's dad was also into some freaky shit too, and that tendency transferred over to his son.
It's a show though,
but it is a show. But shit. We could say that can happen too.
And I think he also knew. We're forgetting the plot of that, because
he found
him and his father had some weird fucking history. Him and his father, I think early on in that kid's life, he had discovered that his dad was into some freaky shit.
Yeah.
It's literally the same thing, dog. I think,
Exactly. That's
I think
what
there
I'm
was a
saying.
scene where like he went in his dad's office. I don't know if it was on a computer or if like it was books.
Yeah.
But like he saw his dad was into some shit, and that opened his brain into that way of thinking.
But
it's not genetic, it's exposure.
Yes, but it could be also, it could be both. Like if my mother was an alcoholic and I said if, thank God she's not,
Yeah.
I feel like every woman over 40 can drink though. Every woman over 35,
every woman with a mouth can drink. What's your point?
What are you trying to say?
I drink a lot of shit. But if my mom was an alcoholic, I have the genetic predisposition to be an alcoholic. The only thing
that's not genetic.
The only thing that's stopping me from being one is me drinking.
Okay, so
And
what we have to understand about like genes is that like we can't just throw around my parents do it so it's genetically in me. Like your father is a tall dude. So no matter what you did, you were gonna be a tall person because that's literally in your genes. But if your dad has some dirty magazines and you never saw them, you're not automatically gonna be attracted to dirty magazines.
Wasn't we just
you have to be exposed to it. It's the nurture and the nature at play.
But wasn't shout to Dom and 4, we was just talking about with them that like you get older and you start seeing like, yo, I'm turning into my father.
Yeah, because
like,
he was who taught you how to be a person.
Let me read that, Lauren. Can you go up a little bit?
I was trying to source it out for real. But
you trying to source it?
I was trying to make sure that this is actually saying like what we're thinking. But go ahead.
Yes, alcoholism can be genetic.
Studies suggest that genetics account for a significant portion, potentially around 50% of an individual's susceptibility to developing alcohol use disorder, according to White Light Behavioral Health.
Does that have something more to do with having like an addictive personality in your genes, or having a genetic predisposition to wanting alcohol?
It's not a want. It's more than like, it's more while genes don't directly cause alcoholism, they influence how the body metabolizes alcohol.
And
affects neurotransmitter function. So
you're genetically you're able to abuse alcohol, but it doesn't mean that you will. You know what I mean? Like you still have to.
It's a behavioral trait though, and our genes, like our genetics do affect our behavioral traits.
And monkey see, monkey do. Like you're probably gonna be out drinking or see somebody drinking, and it's like your body is gonna get hot, and you're not gonna know why. And it's like it's calling. Your family's sins are calling you.
Now, Google is sexuality genetic, because that's really what this conversation is.
Yeah.
Because Kanye was born to a gay mom. He slid out of a gay pussy, which is, we're going to find out what AI says about this. While genetics likely play a role in sexual orientation, it is not a simple gay gene situation. Studies suggest that sexual orientation is a complex trait influenced by multiple genes and environmental factors, including prenatal hormonal exposure. Prenatal hormonal exposure. I'm trying to like hold that in my brain to imagine it.
Yeah.
Like when you're in the womb, your mom just like put too much estrogen in your belly button?
I mean, nah, it's just like environmental factors. If she's eating a lot of like microplastics or something.
Not environment. It said prenatal. Go back to that word. Was it prenatal vitamins? Is that what the fuck you just
It's right here. Prenatal hormonal.
Oh, prenatal hormones. They like
hormonal
hormonal, the chemical balance in your body and all
refers
that
to
shit.
the influence of hormones during fetal development. This can produced by the mother, like hormones produced by the mother.
Okay.
Through mother's circulatory system from environmental sources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And has been linked to various behavioral outcomes, including those related to autism and aggression. So prenatal problems create NFL superstars.
Yes.
And creates Kanye West.
And collision of their consciousness.
Shout out to all the women, man.
Yeah. But Kanye needs like help, like love. Because another thing that we talked about this shit last night on stream, but people aren't taking this very serious. Like even when we first started talking about it, like, this is a funny podcast. We're gonna make our jokes. We're gonna do what we do.
Yeah.
But people aren't taking it serious and they're acting like everything he does is for publicity. And I don't blame them for having that perception, because Kanye ruined his reputation Like that whole boy that cried wolf, like you cried wolf too many times. When there's an actual wolf, we don't fucking believe you. I think that's what we're experiencing right now because you know how long he held on to this information, dog? Like he's had moments to where his name was ruined. And if he wanted to pull that sympathy card, he could have pulled this out and lied about it to a certain extent. If this was all master manipulation marketing, and once his name is ruined, he could be like, yo, this is why I'm fucked up because I had just such a confusing childhood and I just need your sympathy. He didn't even do it from that angle. This is literally a mentally ill person screaming out. Like, this is a last shout. This is a last shout.
Yeah.
And I said it last night on stream, like, you know, I know niggas with mental illness, like serious shit. I knew niggas before and I know niggas after. The look in their eyes is different. And I see it in Kanye's eyes. It's like, it's a certain disassociated face that they make to where you could tell, okay, your brain is going through something that mine isn't.
Yeah.
Like there's just a different world in there. And Kanye is that, but we don't treat the nigga like he's that because he has godlike power.
Yeah, and it's just...
And he's the boy that cried wolf too many times.
And we don't... The people don't see what he's fighting for. Like, we said this on the stream, like last night, LOI the stream, twitch.tv. Like, when he did the whole George Bush doesn't care about black people, like everybody completely understood what the fight was for, and most people felt like they were a part of it.
Yeah.
But like what he's doing now with the music business shit, the Jewish shit, you know, the top hat cloths or whatever,
the Black Klansman fits.
It's partly for selfish reasons, and the other reasons we don't really see because not everybody's in the fucking music industry. Like not everybody's seeing like the whores and the hypocrisies or even care about the hypocrisies in the music industry. Like a lot of people just like, fuck it, like just let niggas talk about violence against each other. Like Kanye, like you're tripping.
Yeah, and you are right in that aspect, not to cut you off. You're right in that aspect, but most mentally ill people have a cause. They all do. Like right or wrong, that there's something about being in that mind frame that makes you have this, there's a them that's out to get somebody. It puts you in that like survival mode state to where there is a grand conspiracy going on around the world. And just because they're right on some parts of that doesn't mean that they aren't mentally ill. Like the cause that he's fighting for, we're not even clear on because it's like, okay, it might be rooted in some righteousness, but he's not competent enough to get it done for real because he's a mentally ill person.
The way I said it before, like I get his intention, but the way he's trying to get there is just not the best. He could have done better. Like he could have done better.
But you're still treating him like he's fucking cognizant. Like you're treating him like he's like a normal person that's walking around. It's like, yeah, I'm fucking rational. I can like think for myself. The nigga is literally mentally ill, and he's at the position in life which is so dangerous to be in because he made it this far on his own volition. Like ignoring other people's opinions. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think. This is me. So like, if there's people around him that are telling him, yo, dog, you tripping. Like you might need to get checked out. He has the power to be like, nigga, get away from me, dog. Like I don't have to hear opinions that disagree with me.
Yeah.
And when you're a mentally ill person with that kind of power, it's hard to help you because, like, first of all, you're hurting the people that are genuinely trying to help you. And the people who don't give a fuck about you are around you and supporting you, giving you fake support. Yeah. And you're like, you're just feeding off that shit. He's literally in like the weirdest predicament ever. And I don't really see a solution in helping that nigga for real. Like, I don't know if my imagination ain't strong enough, but he's in imagine being a god that's mentally ill and nobody could tell you that you're mentally ill. Like you're literally mentally at that point to where you can't hear it. There's no way to help you. You're like a porcupine. Like, I can't fucking pick you up. There's no soft spot to grab at.
You create a Lucifer for yourself, which is Drake.
Exactly. And that's what panhandlers on the sidewalk do too, dog.
Yeah.
Like they all have somebody against them.
They
might be right.
The war of art, you have to have conflict.
But there is something to like, yo, he's in the weirdest position ever. Like, I don't think a nigga has been in this position.
No one man has had all this power.
That's why I titled it that, dog. No one man. He's the only one. And I think what's really gonna happen is, this might be a little dark, but I feel like there's potential for Kanye to, maybe do the biggest deed or whatever that is, like ejection.
He said it.
I think some shit like, hold on, let me say, I don't want this to happen. But I can see a world where Kanye ejects himself, and then the whole narrative changes to where we finally realize, like, yo, we was taking him serious this whole time. We didn't realize that this was really somebody suffering. And he's suffering to a degree that is different.
Okay. I understand. I don't disagree with you.
And I think the tide is going to turn just like how I did with Kobe.
I don't disagree with you. Okay.
Just how I did with Kobe.
All right, nigga. First of all, that was completely different.
I'm just talking about the narrative changing when somebody dies. All the sympathy leaks in when somebody dies. The whole narrative, niggas don't get their flowers until they in a coffin.
Yeah.
That whole shit. That I can see that happening with Kanye. Not to say that, Kobe was crazy and none of that shit, but just that inner working of like, you don't get the proper like love or attention or like empathy that you should have got until you're gone. And then niggas gonna feel bad. Then niggas gonna like, okay, I feel bad now.
It's gonna be so many niggas talking shit about Kanye if he die, man. Like Kanye's
if he goes out that way,
Kanye's not gonna get that love. He's gonna get ridiculed. There's gonna be a lot of people that what's it called? The ADL, the Jewish Protection Program. That I think it's called the ADL,
the Anti-Defamation League.
They're gonna be excited, nigga. They're gonna be happy to motherfucker doing a little, dance and shit. But I do. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, nah.
But Lauren,
I don't know if that Kanye has to want help.
Exactly.
Kanye has to want help, and that's another thing that has to be said. Like, look, it's very hard to help people that don't want it. And the older you get, the more you realize you literally just can't help anybody that doesn't want it. Mm-hmm. Especially when you're offering up your time, your valuable time, to try to help the motherfucker out mentally, not financially, because it's easy to help a motherfucker out with a couple dollars. But mentally, you gotta reap what you sow from that.
Which is my whole point about Kanye being in a fucked up position, is that like he doesn't know he needs help. The people that were around him that probably tried to provide that help, he got out of his circle. And
allegedly, because he said the fucking his family was trying to put him on the nitrous oxide, and that's why he had like that weird ass dentist who was like buff as shit, bald with plastic muscles. Like
that's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
weird. It's
the people that might be there to genuinely help, and then the bloodsuckers that are also there in your circle. He's in a fucked up position, dog, to where it's like he can't. There's no way to help him. Because when he doesn't know he needs help, the people that probably genuinely tried to help him are gone. The people that are there trying to suck blood from him are there. It's a fucked up predicament to be in.
That's the American dream.
Shut up.
It's the American dream, man.
That's what Logan Paul is striving for.
Hey, man, that's what it's about.
Logan Paul trying to get to that position in life, nigga. Where nobody can tell me nothing. He literally told you.
Can't tell me nothing.
And that's when he was still like mentally here, dog. So imagine how he feels being like fully fledged crazy.
Yeah.
Fully fledged mentally ill.
You literally
it's that emotion, but on a billion.
Maybe he's trying to set himself free, man.
In the way that Tone
and like purging these kind of things.
Yeah, and purging and just maybe he's trying to help himself.
I hope so.
He's talking about that.
That's
on
what I'm
Twitter.
seeing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm indicating from this.
This is just an adrenaline dump. You know when they talk about adrenaline dumps, and it's just like
he's doing it again. Adrenaline, nigga.
Adrenaline. Adrenaline.
Oh God, dog. And it's like, I've been his homie for years. I never noticed he couldn't speak. I didn't fucking know. I was like, yo, we should start a podcast. I didn't know he was illiterate.
I didn't know he was. Fuck you, nigga. Yeah. At least I was being myself. I didn't know. I just found out today he was trying to be Big Body Best all those years. I just found out today.
It's subconscious.
God damn it. I'm over here being myself. But nah,
your
it's
ignorant, stupid self. Yes,
got into college.
Your scholar dropped out.
Hey, still got in.
It's student debt that you're probably gonna have to pay for.
Hey,
now
I still got in.
Trump is gonna garnish your wages.
Shit.
And you voted for him.
Shit, not my American wage.
Yeah, nigga.
But
are you worried about? Oh, we'll talk about that later. But
so, yeah, nah. Did we end this?
We ended this.
Kanye trying to help himself.
We got distracted on your pronunciation.
Kanye needs to help himself.
Adrenaline dump
in a lot of different ways, and hopefully he settles that.
Yeah, hopefully Kanye, like, when Kanye does shit like this, don't laugh. There's a good quote from Minister Farrakhan that goes something around the lines of like, when great men fall, don't laugh, learn.
Yeah.
Because if you're laughing, you're gonna make the same mistake.
Yeah.
Because you didn't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, we're gonna end on that. Good word.
Yeah, nah.
Good word.
Yeah.
Shout out Farrakhan.
Got to end on somebody black.
Amen.
And very straightforward in his stance on life.
Like rigid.
Very,
very rigid.
Very rigid. But yeah, nah. What we good on time?
2:27. We had over 2 hours in total.
Okay, over 2.
We've been having a lot of fun this episode. There's so much shit to talk about.
You wanted to keep going with some fun shit, or
yeah, let's have some fun, brother.
Okay. What was premature ejaculation?
Oh, you want to have my fun shit? Click on that link, Lauren. So, I've been coming quick my whole life. Like, it's not a problem, but it's just like it's something that's happened before. But there's never been a medal for it. Like, there's never been a prize or like like come as quick as possible until now. So a bunch of like fucking tech nerds with money from their mommies have colluded together to create a brand new sport that all men can participate in, unless your name is Andrew Schultz. But
yeah,
welcome to the sperm race. The first ever.
Wait, hold on. You guys say that again with some more like spunk, nigga.
You say it was spunk, nigga. You freaky ass nigga. What magazines did you read as a child?
Say it like you're an actual like Bruce Buck. Welcome
to the sperm race. So I don't like. Just run the trailer. I feel like it's better if they explain it.
Okay.
Everything big always starts small.
Yo, listen, you hear that? Killers in the jungle.
This is the world's first ever sperm race.
Tristan, Asher.
This is Asher from UCLA versus Tristan from USC. Two legends on microscopic racetrack. The battle for whose sperm is the healthiest, the fastest, and the tastiest. Whose swimmers will win the race. USC versus UCLA. Friday, April 25th. Live on.
Okay, so thoughts. Just like first impressions, like you know what I mean? Like I don't wanna I want to add this to the Olympics.
What's the first?
Y'all want to add this to the Olympics this summer, nigga?
I have too many thoughts, man. I overall want to see the full. I want to see the team that put this together. I just want to visually see them.
What's running through your mind? Yeah?
Fully clothed, right?
Yeah, fully clothed.
Okay,
I just want to see who did this.
Yep.
The brains behind it.
Yeah.
I just want to know who they are.
I want to see them. I want to see their mission statement.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
what
that type
with
of
a
shit.
straight face.
Yeah, I want that type of shit.
Like
because the business plan. I want all of it.
Yes.
I want to know.
I want marketing decks.
Yeah, I want everything.
Where do we start?
I got to know the inception of the idea, the room. I want to be a fly on the wall in the room where the idea came about. Was it just a random thought? Was it just something like, hey, man, I've really been thinking about this. You know?
Is this like a passion project? Like, yo, I've just been walking around. I feel like I got the quickest cum in America.
Did it start off with like a friendly feud between friends who was like, nigga, I can come faster, I can faster. No. Like, what kind of thing created this?
My thing is sports don't start
idle time, Lauren.
Sports don't
the devil's playground. But
sports don't start with this level of production. This was an underground thing for hopefully not that long.
That's the other thing. Like the league before the league.
This is it's always how it starts.
Backyard races.
The backyard, barnyard, wood. I don't know.
I really need to know why or how the colleges were okay with being represented in this way.
This is an
I don't think they know they're being
think
represented.
that there's no way to avoid it. Like once the student enrolls, they can get the license plate.
Yeah.
They can get the decal, the stickers. They can claim that shit anywhere.
Yeah.
They're also trying to sell this on so many different fronts. Like it's the niggas that last long, it's the niggas that don't last long. It's the UCLA,
Honestly,
it's the USC.
It's already happened, and I don't plan, and I don't want to go and look at the highlights, but they
What
are
in-
probably
wait.
somewhere.
Who is this? Who is this for?
This happened 2 days ago.
Who is this for? Because women don't. Are women only dominatrixes are gonna watch this and be like, yes, like this is what I've been waiting for. Because dudes are only gonna watch it. Maybe unless like they want to feel.
Well, why would
connected.
you watch it? Just answer that question. You don't speak for all dudes.
Nigga, I'm not watching it.
All right, just
you found this. Don't do that to me.
I didn't even know it happened.
I'll be real. I saw a clip on my feed on Instagram,
Uh-huh.
but I thought it
Who
was,
won?
I don't remember. I thought it was fake. I thought it was just like, from a movie or some shit. I didn't know this was a
Sinners.
He said, I thought this shit was satirical, nigga.
The spooky version, nigga.
No, they crowned the winner allegedly. And they got a wild card?
Click on that.
Click on that one.
I don't know.
I didn't even see that shit.
I'm probably gonna get a
Wait, halftime show was �ty$? Yo, this is
not real. This is not real.
Okay.
It can't be real.
Is it from the same page that posted this?
Yeah. It's
It has to be real, dog.
from the same page.
How is this gonna work? Can you go to their page?
This is the page.
How much their ticket? Yeah, but
we were just on the page.
You asking a lot of questions for a nigga who don't want to see this shit.
Yeah, keep trying.
Fuck, nigga.
You found it. But let's
What? No, �ty$ performed, dog.
Is that Moist Critical?
Moist Critical.
Yo.
Wait, hold on. Let's watch �ty$.
Well, it's music. I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, we
music.
can't play. But
fuck.
this is real, nigga.
It's Moist Critical. This nigga did commentate.
Moist Critical where?
Scroll down.
Oh, okay.
There's a new sport on the horizon that's going to drop this month, and it's got more hype than Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao all those years ago. It is a sport that, if given enough time, maybe like 10 years, will probably be more popular than soccer. It's called sperm racing.
There's no way it could be more popular than soccer, dog. Soccer could be played anywhere with anything.
Yeah.
To really properly raise sperm, I'm assuming you need at least a petri dish, right?
And a biologist near.
Yeah, a biologist and a stethoscope.
The clip looked pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The clip that I saw was pretty crazy.
And how's this even okay?
No, you good. This is a 6-hour live stream of the whole event.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm just putting it on mute while just to see.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just find it. Just find when they're racing. When niggas betting money on this, like, could you put like $5 on the Asian dude's
Probably
sperm?
on Prize Picks.
How much money would you put?
I don't know, enough to like buy a condom, maybe. Like, how much are condoms nowadays?
A lot of production.
This is a
What-
big event, dog. It's
What did the like the backyard shit look like?
it didn't start in the backyard. This is literally the first time it's ever happened, and it happened with all the bells and the whistles. I also put an article underneath one of the links that was in the notes, but
They look like Tony Hitchcock.
the biggest thing I was confused about is like, do we watch the sperm race? Like, what is what is the entertainment value in this? Like, do we?
It has to be like they're testing everything. Like, all right,
imagine
who has the best swimmer. So like, who has more things going on inside of it?
Okay.
All
right.
Maybe I don't know. It has to be women judges, right? That only makes it right. That only makes everything right.
Are those dudes dressed as sperm?
I think so.
That has to be what that is, right?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's
so
what
they're
that
the
is.
black sperm?
Yeah, because he has a sperm arm sleeve.
Oh
here.
shit! Yeah, he has a little
wow.
a little spermling
drawing.
on his forearm.
Yeah.
Can we play this part?
I think so.
Maybe.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's see if I get.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
That means
What
when
do you
was
mean?
the last
What do you mean
time
in a
you
train?
ejaculated?
Okay, that's a little personal, but I think the runway time was 72 hours before the race, so 3 day Monday night. Yes.
Thank
Monday
you very
Night Raw.
much.
Yes, gentlemen.
All right. Do y'all recognize that dude?
Wait. It says 2 legends, 1 microscopic racetrack. So are they dropping this shit on a microscope and seeing how fast it gets to somewhere?
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're trying to figure out. Like,
they might be testing the fucking density of it.
I'm telling y'all need to see a clip.
So you've seen a clip?
I seen a clip.
Why are you just now speaking?
Yeah.
I said this earlier. I seen a clip
of what exactly?
And it was literally them racing on a microscope.
Did you?
So you saw the sperm racing?
You saw the sperm racing.
Did you like it or save it?
No.
There's no way for you to find it.
I might have. Let me see.
All right,
okay, tell the truth, brother.
Yeah, I'm about to say try to find it, and we'll see if
go to the top of your saved messages. Or your, let me stop now.
Go to your watch later.
My list.
Favorites. My mix.
Personal playlist.
Yeah. Yeah, damn. Yeah, because we need more. I need more data.
I don't give a fuck. I have to know.
Yeah,
I have to know. I don't give a fuck because it's like I know they're not showing actual penises.
Of course not.
Like that's bare level. I saw like kind of children in there, like 19-year-olds. You're weird for going, but that doesn't make you homosexual. Maybe.
Imagine what this would have done to Kanye's young mind if sperm racing was around.
Can we? I want to see.
What are you trying to see?
I about to say how much he weighed. that might be important, nigga.
Well, I guess they're weighing the competitors. I don't know. They're getting all their stuff.
Wouldn't it make more sense to weigh their balls?
Can we?
I don't know. That's just weird to just drop them on the table like that.
Hey, well, Lauren, this is a sperm race. We're beyond weird.
Drop them on a weed scale. That's crazy.
Yeah. They're about to come in a petri dish, Lauren, in front of people.
I don't think they're doing it in front of people. That'd be insane.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
This
what is he saying right now?
You could tell this is their first time doing this because it's unorganized. It's all over the place.
It's all over the place. They got like
his shirt says "Nut King."
Oh, it does.
And then that girl, she's a comedian, I believe.
Or
she's a comedian.
Yeah, they'd have to get somebody like her to not take this serious. What
is he saying?
No, it's been now clean them up before we shake hands. Can we dust them off before
I think that
we
might
shake
have been
hands?
it though, Lauren.
Right here?
You always jerking off anyways. You might as well touch him.
Nita, why are you arrogant?
I can't believe I have to watch you fucking race your sperm for 5 minutes.
I'm not up for this.
Well, bitch, they paying me the fuck.
Let me check on Noah.
So
how we looking over here?
Why,
we got the roll.
Why is that glass? That can't be.
What do you mean?
Just go back 10 seconds.
Oh, this is the racetrack.
No,
Pause right here.
That's what I saw.
This is super important. This is the game right here. This is
the game.
This is what they paid to see. So there seems to be a lot of twists and turns.
This is the start. Okay, so they swimming already in this little thing, and then they okay, here you go.
Okay, here is this the official race?
I think so.
All right, let's run it.
1. And here
Sorry
we
for the
go.
listening audience at home. Okay, we'll describe it for you. So the swimmers are out.
It's on.
They're going through their first obstacle. The people listening at home.
Okay.
They're going through their first obstacle. Okay, we got some guys out the gate.
Whoa, Noah's is fucking swimming.
So for the people listening at home, this is a landslide. Like the other nigga isn't even in the race.
What do you think that is? Is that he doesn't drink kombucha?
I think that he didn't do enough pistol squats before this. Yo, Noah's
it's not Noah. I thought Noah was winning.
Nah, dog.
Noah's fucking up.
Whoever's swimmers are in the lead right now, it's not even close,
Is that
dog.
Boats? I think his name was Boat.
They're about to impregnate whatever ovary is at the end.
I'm just gonna turn that. All the way
turn it down. We're just
playing music.
The people that can see it, they can see it, and the people who are watching at home just know that we're witnessing somebody get demolished.
And this track is very well done.
It's rigorous, right?
I will say, it's like.
Do you think it has the same shape of fallopian tubes?
A uterus, yes. That's what I was about to say. It's like the ridges, the turns,
the twists,
even like the finish. It's just a black hole. It's just
to where it's just open.
Endless.
Yeah.
Fall.
Should have put an egg at the end.
Wow.
Exactly.
So it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
I don't think it's not sustainable. This is a 5-6 hour live stream just to see a nigga get demolished like that.
There's a few races.
Well, wait.
Oh yeah, you're right. They had a wild card. They had an undercard. They had a bunch of.
Why are you mad? The whole point is for the quick outcome. You get what I'm saying? So it's not. It's supposed to be
word players.
What are you talking about?
Quick outcome.
Now, I mean, that was an accident, but it is. It's supposed to be happening fast. I'm not trying to be here for 6 hours. Isn't that ironic?
They were.
These comments are funny.
What they
Flying
say?
cars. They said.
Yeah, it's not a. That's what I was thinking. I was like, that video can't be real.
Of the sperm racing?
Yeah.
It didn't look real.
Nah.
You think it was a
it is
dramatization?
Yeah, it don't look like that in a microscope. like,
look that up because I don't know if you tell the
what it
truth,
looks
nigga.
like. I don't know what it looks like.
What do you mean?
I mean, they're not gonna.
Doesn't it look
on a racetrack though, bro?
It's supposed to look like tadpoles.
Yeah, but on a racetrack, they're just gonna look like exactly like that. Like there's more.
It's under a microscope.
Under a microscope. Have you seen things under a microscope?
Act like
well, no, I haven't seen
None of us
cum
know,
under a
Lauren.
microscope.
I'm saying
Lauren.
in general, just like things under a microscope don't look like that.
He doesn't know.
Well, Google pictures of sperm cells under a microscope.
Can we act like none of us know, Lauren?
I feel you.
Because none of us know. Exactly.
Okay. Let's see.
That shit does.
That shit looks just like it.
It looks like the tadpoles.
It looks like baby frogs.
It looks like the tadpoles, Lauren.
Looks like a tampon.
You see?
Yeah, but the image, like the way that it's rendered, is like different. I don't know.
Dog, come on, Lauren.
You're hating on their cum, and I don't see a reason to do that.
I'm about to say.
If there's a video of it under a microscope not being in an athletic
position. Yeah. Not running for its life.
And the video.
Wow, that looks pretty crazy.
That's exactly, Lauren.
And this is them stationary, right? Like with no track to move on.
Exactly. Imagine if they had a track and a place to go.
Yeah.
And a swirly thing that swings them around so the momentum can keep them moving forward.
Or a uterus to hit or something.
Misguided sperm.
I thought sperm dies when it hits oxygen. So I don't know if this is in like honeycomb juice. It's like if that's the reason why we can still see it swimming.
I think there is a little bit of myth and truth to that fact.
You think?
Yeah, because I remember Googling it before and it not just being like, okay, that's how it is.
Okay.
Google it though.
Yeah, I could have sworn that was real.
I've heard it too. Like, you know what I mean?
I thought it just dies.
I don't think it's instant. I think it still has a little life left.
Sperm typically dies when they come in contact with air.
Sperm require a moist and warm environment to survive. Once they are exposed to air, they quickly lose their moisture and die within minutes.
Okay.
So they got a little bit of runway time, but it's not a lot.
Maybe that should be the test. Whose sperm dies the quickest?
Minutes, within 15 to 30 minutes of exposure to air.
Maybe that should be the test though, because it
15 to 30?
Yeah, it says right here.
Okay.
It tests
in most cases.
the durable, like if it's durable, you got durable nut. It can withstand the air pressure.
Title of this podcast, Durable Nut.
That's crazy.
Working title. We do a run with it for now.
Yeah. But seriously though, because the race, like, all right, maybe it was a 3D thing going on and it was computer programmed. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But
it's hard to tell.
I do know one thing. You can test which sperm cell lasts longer. Which one has the most I don't know, grit.
Which one is the most oxygen resistant?
Yeah. Which nut has more condensation?
Which one can breathe better?
Yeah. Which one can hold his breath the longest?
I'm curious though. Can we try to find another race?
Just like
another race.
Like just another video?
Another race or another sperm race? Because those are two different
sperm
things.
race.
Multiple races, I'm pretty
sure. Yes, multiple
in
races,
this joint,
right?
you mean?
Well, you need another iteration.
I'm curious. Are there championships? Are there medals?
I don't know. That might have been the only one they had.
This might have been the only one, dog. This is 6 hours for 6 seconds. They waited 6 hours for 6 seconds of race.
That crowd is full.
Yeah,
I hope
it's packed.
I hope We Are the Champions played, or We Bring the Funk, or We Got the Funk, shit like that.
The winner gets a gold magnum.
Yes.
It's no gold medals. It's just a magnum on a lavalier.
Yeah.
Half these people are here for $5.
Yeah, I was about to say, how many people got tricked into it that way?
Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder how much these tickets were.
That's a good question too.
How much would you pay?
$0. I'll just catch it. I'll just watch it on my podcast, dog.
Yeah. What if you got invited? You still wouldn't go?
Nah, I don't.
Oh yeah, there's another one.
Invited? Nah. Did y'all get invited too, or is it just me?
Just you.
I mean, you
Just
told us
me.
about it, so I guess you're the one inviting us.
Hey, I mean, Instagram told me about it.
I guess.
How would you invite your friends? Hey, look, dog. I got this
Yeah.
thing.
Hey, yo, you got this.
Yo, son, I got these tickets. I got these tickets. You want to see some cum race?
Nigga lost all hope at it.
Hey,
If you want to.
before I start, it's not what you think. But
yeah.
there's a spot. It's gonna be some bad bitches in there.
I heard they had bad bitches in there to, inspire the sperm. Exactly. To give the sperm something to chase. Miss Be Nasty gonna be in that motherfucker.
Chill out.
Let's go talk to one of the fluffers, nigga.
Yeah. Nah. I don't want to talk to one of the fluffers.
One of the
That's a
fluffers.
thankless job.
Nah, man, fluffers get respect.
But shout out to whoever won that race. It was a fucking landslide victory.
And it looked like a very successful event. So shout out to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
How many views?
Lots of money made. Lots of
Streamed one day ago, 173,000.
173 and 1 now. LOI.
Success.
Success,
man.
But yeah, shout out to the sperm race.
Yeah.
I think there's winners and losers, but fuck it.
That's funny.
What time are we at? We probably don't have time for more shit, right?
Not for real.
Let's get
Because
in,
Donald Trump was threatening to run in 2028 again through merch. But
Yeah.
we'll talk about that next week. The country's already ruined. Let's get into these LOIs.
Yes, partner at the end of the show, we get to answer your questions. Yes, we made it. LOIs. We should probably bring up Nutso's first because he was
I have that right here. Shout out to Nuso.
first dibs.
We got your LOI right here, ready for you, buddy. Let's run it. Shit is lagging. Shout out to AJ's Wi-Fi. Let me turn this shit off, actually. This shit kind of sucks. All right.
Yeah, we
Now let me reload.
Oh, and
with
by
my
the way,
data.
make sure you like the video, share, subscribe.
6 away from 25K, so that'd be nice.
We're 6 subs away from 25K?
Yeah.
Listen, I know a lot of people watch this and all of you guys aren't subscribed. There's at least 6 willing participants that can get us to that 25K mark. We just want a quarter.
Especially
all
that
we want
watch
is a
us.
quarter.
Yeah, nah.
So LOI, get us to 25K.
A nickel and
Please.
a penny. A nickel and a penny.
We're right there. F-Mac, pull out your phone, subscribe. I know you ain't sub, nigga. You ain't shit. Yeah, Nuso, your video is not loading. It's still sending from the Netherlands. God damn it. We might have to read something until this shit load up.
Okay, I got it. And sometimes near the end of the show, we just end up reading all comments. But
Yeah, to fill up.
So, yep, appreciate that, Lauren. 125.17.
Ah, shit. My fault.
No, that's good. I have worked on a farm. It's not super hard work if you do it every day. It's literally ain't doing anything. We are born into the corporation of America. Most of us don't realize it's a choice because most of us want things we don't need. Example, we need clothes, but not $400 of paint on it that doesn't help you survive on being anything more.
So I was trying to tell you, Lauren.
You
was making it seem like farm work was super difficult.
No.
It's hard work.
It is hard work, but it's the same thing as doing a job. I'm saying you're just choosing the job that you want to do. That's all it is.
That's not what you were saying at the time.
That is exactly what I was saying the whole time. You just weren't listening.
Go to the timestamp.
That's what I was saying.
Are you scared to go to the timestamp?
I don't know what the timestamp's going to depict, but I'm not afraid.
Well, he put it there for a
It's
reason.
just a farm shit.
Yeah, probably just the farm shit.
Yeah,
Working on a
it's
farm.
hard work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
hard
you-
work.
so
have you worked a job?
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Have you been like, have you had to lie? You just said the opposite just now.
No, I'm not saying the opposite. I'm saying it's still a job. I still believe a regular job is easier than farm work.
I don't believe
I still
you
believe that, but they're both
this.
jobs.
Come
Yeah,
on,
I do.
dog.
But
I don't believe you believe.
He said
That's
that,
what I'm saying.
though.
I'm just fucking
That's
with
what
you,
I've been
Lauren. Go get a job.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. The whole we don't need clothes. It's not $400. Like I live a modest. I'm not trying to do all that shit anyway. I'm using my resources to my benefit a certain way. That's all. I'm not trying to work for the man and be a part of the system. I'm just using my resources to enrich my life in a certain way to where I don't have to be a part of the system in normal ways.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just using what's out there.
But the principles.
You're not using this.
What are you talking about?
You see this right here? This index finger?
Mm-hmm.
This is all you need. This is your number one gardening tool.
Okay.
All you gotta do is scratch the dirt, throw seed, wait. You'll be all right. You'll be self-sustainable. But you're lazy. You want to go to Walmart for your produce, nigga.
A white man told him that.
A white French man taught me that.
Tony was a love interest. Front Del Toy shit was insane. Is that you, F-Mac?
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah,
you.
that was
And that was a
Leaning
mistake
on
I
the-
had made.
Let your homie lean on your front
describing
belt
where the
toe.
homie can nap.
On the
Yeah,
front
come
side.
on, man.
Yeah, that's a lot hard. Yo, what the fuck is up with this video?
Here, let me try it.
Yeah, try it on yours, on your end.
So-
but that wasn't even a while. That was just him commenting. But yeah, shout out to you for understanding the point that I was trying to paint at that moment, which is that hard work is hard work. You just got to choose which hard work you're gonna do.
Yeah,
That's it.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
Yeah.
Is yours loading?
I think it's getting there.
Damn, new
I
so.
think it's getting there.
Were there any just straight wild whys in the comments?
Not up here.
For becoming more hungry and accomplishing more, what works for me is to create punishments. If you don't, also the streaming schedule is quite significant.
It is. It's paramount.
This nigga say quite significant.
It's almost more important than actually having good quality.
Yep.
The schedule. If you're consistent, it'll allow you to amass as much attention as possible, and then you could be appalled, brother.
There we go.
I could have sworn Leak had a fucking wild why too. Why is this segment is falling apart?
Yeah, nah. This
in front of our very eyes.
So basically, what we're saying is this wasn't supposed to happen, but we do appreciate everybody that left that Wild LOI.
That tried to. Yeah.
We'll try to.
Yo, nothing's loading around this motherfucker.
Hold on, let me try turning my internet on.
Yeah, let me go back and look for the real quick. But yeah, goddamn, I could have sworn Leak had sent something in. I saw that shit somewhere.
I wonder if I download it.
Regardless, though, we appreciate everybody that attempts to do this shit. Oh, here we go.
For my YLO.
We're gonna run it.
Yo guys, for my YLOI, I was listening to the pod and the conversation about the homophobic shit. As in Arab countries, you can do shit that in the West is gay as fuck, and it's not considered gay there because they don't accept gay as something that exists. So you can see dudes literally walking hand pinkies, holding each other by the pinky. And that shit's not considered gay. I had a cousin who has a photo with 20 other guys who's friends, and he has a heart on that shit, on the picture. All of them are straight. They do shit that's as somebody that's born in the Netherlands and raised here, that shit's gay as fuck. But for them, that's normal because that shit don't exist over there.
Europeans are statistically and historically a lot more freakier than most cultures, nigga. The Romans, nigga. That's literally, and that was the Romans are literally right before or right after we left, because we had built that shit for 800 years. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we built Rome.
They say that Spain was black. Everything over there was black for a long time. Because they say the Moors came over there, taught them how to clean.
Who's they?
What are we talking about? They, nigga. Everybody's
the
they
Israelites.
Now. Every day that makes sense.
The niggas downtown with the megaphones.
Well, not only them, but I would say it too. But
recruited you for that meeting.
Hell yeah.
What meeting?
The secret one, nigga.
Yeah, the one we still don't know about. You ain't pronounced the word right since you left that motherfucker.
Right since you left that motherfucker.
Hey, that was a pretty good tone group impersonation. But that is interesting to where it's if you live in a world where gay, not only is it not acceptable, but it doesn't exist. That opens the field up. You know what I mean?
All possibilities.
All possibilities are there because they're not gay. So it's literally patting your homie on the ass isn't gay over there because gay don't exist. Kanye could have read any magazine he wanted to. It didn't exist. So he wouldn't have been judged for it.
Yeah.
I think that's too much power. I think humans need discipline, restriction. We need guideline. Not to say that gay is wrong, but we need to know that it's it has to be an option.
Hey man,
Has to be.
Things change. Things change for the better sometimes. 30 years ago, it wasn't sexual assault against women.
Yeah. And thank God that changed.
And thank God that ended. You know what I mean? Something happened.
But what you're saying is some real. It sounded crazy at first. Even I was trying to wrap my brain around what side are you on? And that shit, I was like, what the fuck? But you're right. there was a point in time where, like, you know, they just didn't have as many rights.
Exactly.
You know
that was
what I mean?
30 years ago. I could have said 500.
Yo, so on one of our streams, we was watching a video about how like dudes are a little bit more passive when it comes to getting women, to mating with sexual partners.
Like today compared to the past, right?
Today compared to the past, and it was symbolized in the show Jack Reacher. Because he in the show was kind of impotent for the most part. He doesn't initiate any sexual advances.
Yeah.
All the pussy he gets is because the women threw themselves at him.
Yeah.
Because he was just so
to himself.
I'm just around and just being me. Yeah. Anytime he's in a fight scene, he's dominant. But when it comes to women in the bedroom, like there's a scene where he was laying on the bed just chilling. He wasn't even watching TV.
Yeah. He's just staring up at the scene.
Entertained by the ceiling, and a woman came in. She was like, "I'm about to fuck the shit out of you right now." He was like, "Hmm?"
He didn't even have that much expression. Yeah. He just looked up and was like,
"Really?" Yeah.
Like why? Not even like why give me some pussy. It's like why me?
Yeah.
Like that's what Jack Reacher kind of feels like, just a little bit like from the video. It was just like, why me?
Like what about me is sexual?
My God.
But I brought that up because he had used Jack Reacher and he compared them to like male fantasy tropes from prior times, like the James Bonds, the kind of niggas to where it's like, all right, they're slick. They talk to women. They're intelligent. They woo them. It's a different art. And there was one scene. I want to say Marlon Brando because I just feel like that name fits the scene perfectly. But the scene where it was two niggas at the pool.
Yeah.
A young lady walked up. She interrupted the conversation between two men. He was like, "Hey, shut the fuck up and get out of here." Smacked on her ass.
Yeah.
She just went on about her way.
Yeah.
There was a period in time where that wasn't toxic masculinity. That was just manners.
Yeah.
Like that was being a gentleman.
That was the nice way of treating women.
Yeah, that's how you politely ask them to leave.
But yeah, nah. And the video was mainly talking about how because of the current times, Jack Reacher character had to be changed. Because in the books, he is like that type of guy to woo a woman. But for some reason in the TV show adaptation, they made him like some ogre, some like Beauty and the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. Like, don't talk to me. I'm not worthy. It's like, dog, you're a beast.
It probably didn't go good in the test screenings. Like the demographic audience, because before something comes out, they do the whole like, all right, sit down, watch this. Is it good? Like, what you think? The teenage boys that was watching it was like, yo, I think he's a little too pimping. I don't like that shit. You got to reel that back in. He gets these bitches too easily.
Yeah.
We don't want that. It's not a fantasy. We want to get chose with our mouth closed.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's some cold shit to like say, but just in actual like practicality, that's not real. Like, it's not. Well, it depends on who you are. Well, I've been chose with my mouth closed several times. It happened in Charlotte, apparently. The bitch found me. I didn't say nothing to her. And she was just like, who's this guy? He just has it.
But I mean, chosen is one thing, but you're not gonna get no pussy just because, like,
you gotta be a Tone Groove.
No,
you gotta be a Jack Reacher.
No,
you have to. That's the only other way. Like, just being that average Joe Schmo.
Average Joe Schmo.
Joe Schmo is going home with a dry dick. Like, it's no. He's not scoring. That's what they used to call it back in the day. Like, yo, I'm trying to score. Niggas don't score. They don't create their own shots. They just waiting to get passed on open looks.
Because baseball not cool anymore. I don't want to go to second base, no type of bases.
Talking about basketball, nigga.
I know, but I'm saying, like, it's all that old shit.
You don't want second base?
No, nigga.
You just slide right into third?
Nigga, I don't play baseball, nigga. I don't play the game, nigga.
Yeah, you ain't Dominican, nigga. That's my shit.
Fuck out of here. But, yeah. Appreciate that question.
Yeah, appreciate the question, Nuso. I think we answered it.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it wasn't really a question. It was just like,
It's a statement.
Like, hey, niggas gay over here and they don't even know it.
And I'm pretty sure during our conversation, we might have pushed that shit on to Netherlands. So maybe he felt some type of way like, we don't do that over here. The Netherlands are very,
Gay doesn't exist.
Yeah.
We haven't got that update.
Yeah, nah.
But he said the opposite, actually. He said all that shit they do over there in the Middle East is completely gay to him.
Oh, but since gay is not cool, they don't consider that gay.
Oh, okay.
That's the point he was making. It's like, since gay isn't like a thing, dudes can run around holding pinkies
in the Middle East.
In the Middle East, or wherever he was talking about. I forgot
he
where
wasn't talking
said,
about himself. He was,
yeah,
in the Netherlands, compared to what you were saying, in the Netherlands, they take it very serious, apparently.
Yeah, very serious. Yeah. You can even tell by Nutso's face when he was saying it. He was like, them niggas are just... He was like, they are Ponzi's.
Thrown out of a fucking pub in the Netherlands if he was gay, man.
Yeah, literally.
They don't allow that shit. But yeah, so yo, amazing.
Good episode.
Y'all did wonderful. Y'all did wonderful. So make sure y'all keep doing wonderful. Like the video, share, subscribe, comment down below your hashtag #WildOrWise for next week. Remember, guys, it could be anything. Literally about anything. Just make sure you put a hashtag #YLOI.
You know what we got to do? We got to start like really putting like, all right, how many likes we typically get on our LOI video? Y'all don't know, right? Y'all don't watch us?
Maybe 20.
You fucking traitors.
Maybe 25 to 30. It's not shit. Why? What's the point?
I was just asking. I wasn't asking anybody specifically, just the room. Like, all right, this last one got 18. Nigga, get us 35 likes. We gotta set benchmarks for nigga. Treat this shit like a sperm race.
Yeah.
Get us to 35 likes, and I want 3 WildOrWise at least.
Yeah.
At least.
And what do they get once they hit the finish line if this is a sperm rate?
Good entertainment from, a good
episode.
group of niggas. You know what I mean? Another great episode. What more could they possibly want from us?
Shit, that is true. But, and make sure you subscribe to the $5 Patreon. You know what I mean? It's not going to be $5 for long. But yeah, I was about to say, any more things we have to advertise? Are we Tuesday for sure next week for LOI the stream?
Tuesdays for sure. Tuesdays 7:30 to 8 for LOI to stream.
Yeah.
F-Mac, do you have a consistent enough streaming schedule to promote? Or are you just kind of, whenever you feel like it right now?
It happens during the week.
During the week. But just bare minimum, subscribe to his stream. Say the name one more time.
Mac0, MACZRO.
Beautiful. And Lauren, any church announcement, anything you want to promote, brother?
Not just yet, but will be soon.
But soon on the way. All right.
Duet with
you're
his
going to
lovely
know
lady.
where to find it at right here, this show, this platform. Believe it.
LOI the show. J Nobles, White Man on the Boards.
Yep.
And back in the building.
That's me.
And we are out. Yes.